Bam, we're live. Darn it. This layout's wrong. You see how you can't see the BIRTHFIT and the California hormones and the Paper Street Coffee? See how I'm taking up the whole picture like that? Why is that? Oh, and I wonder. And of course, the recording's not going. God damn it. Hi, good morning. Dear Bill and Katie? No? Phone number? Okay, fine. Phone number is good. And I don't know where the music is for the show. I don't see it down there. I'm lost. I didn't do the show one time. I don't know how to run this back end very well. I just kind of on autopilot when I run the back end. Let's see. Is it playing? Ah, yes. Good morning. Dude, what a show up. Oh, I see. We have a man bun today. No, I didn't put my rubber band in. I was kind of running late. Yesterday I didn't put it in either because last night, what happened last night? Oh, right before Dave came over, I was working out. So my shit was kind of all sweaty and I just wanted to breathe. And then just now I ran out of time. I was running in here. Sevan, you forgot to ask, are you going to the street parking event? Oh, to Dave? He's going. It's at his house. I think at one point he said, maybe I didn't ask, but I think he said, I asked him if he was going to semifinals, and he said, no, he's going to street parking. Oh, shit. Look at that shit. Everything got changed yesterday. Look at, I'm out of focus when usually I'm in focus when I'm leaning in, and I'm out of focus when I'm back, and now it's back. Look at the shit in the back's in focus, and I'm not. What the fuck is going on? Everything got kind of tweaked yesterday. I messed with this shit too much. Oh, there he is. Look at Alex. What's up, dude?
Yo, let me make sure.
Good to have you.
Right. Hold on.
What happened? Your morning appointment.
I just finished.
I
I just finished. I knew it ended right at 9. Sometimes we go over a little bit. I go on Bubba the Love Sponge, who's a friend of mine. I go on his show every Wednesday. Sometimes we go over.
You go on every Wednesday.
My buddy's show, Bubba the Love Sponge. He used to be Howard 100 with Howard Stern. I just call in for 15 minutes in the morning. I sometimes call in on my walk or whatever I'm doing, but I just love his audience. He's a good friend of mine. They got a real dedicated, loyal following.
Hey, how did you meet him?
Well, Bubba is literally saw one of my crazy videos, and then I was commenting on one of his videos, and they're like on YouTube. I said he was doing food reviews, and that's not what he's known for, but I commented, I was like, oh, I love this video, and then, are you the real Alex Stein? We'd love to have you on. And then I came on his show, and then he's like, you got to come out. I'm doing this party in Tampa. So then I visited him in Tampa, and so now he's become kind of a mentor, and he's been canceled. He's the guy that let Hulk Hogan sleep with his wife, and it got leaked, and then and then Hulk Hogan sued Gawker and won $100 million, but Bubba got none of it, and he lost his job, got fired from everywhere, and went bankrupt, lost his house, and so it's kind of a sad
story.
Can
I add some stuff to that story?
Yeah.
But you know who Peter Thiel is, the founder?
Yeah, of course, a billionaire. Yeah.
So I guess he had a boyfriend, and his boyfriend Gawker outed his boyfriend. Do you know this story?
No, but this makes it sounds kind of familiar. But did he sue Gawker too on a similar deal?
Well, let me show you. So Peter Thiel, living in San Francisco, eccentric, brilliant man, homies. Well, I think former homies with Mr. Musk and whatnot. And Peter had a boyfriend, and Gawker outed his boyfriend before his boyfriend had a chance to tell his parents that he preferred male genitalia. And Peter didn't like that, right? So he wanted to fuck Gawker up, and I think he told them, hey, first chance I get, I'm going to fucking trip you guys, and you guys are going to fall down the stairs. Well, then Peter found out that Gawker released some video of Hulk Hogan banging your homeboy's wife. I didn't know he let Hogan bang his wife.
Yeah, Bubba's a swinger. He's in kind of a swinging type deal.
Very generous man.
I couldn't do that. I don't like the idea of a cuckold, but...
Me neither. Excuse me, sir. Can you put a dollop of semen on my wife? No, I'll pass.
I tease him about it. Everybody teases about him, but he's just like, hey, listen, I'm different. I'm into.
I'm open. I'm cool with him doing it. I think it's generous. Yeah. But anyway,
very generous. It doesn't get nicer. People are like, oh, why are you such good friends with him? I'm like, Bubba's so nice, he'll let you sleep with his wife. It doesn't get much nicer and more generous than that.
She was hot. She was smoking, right?
Heather Klim was really hot. Yeah, she was a babe.
So then Peter rolls up, calls Hulk Hogan. He says, hey, buddy. And Hulk's like, hey, Peter. And he says, I'll fund your lawsuit.
Oh, yeah, that's it. He helped fund Hogan's lawsuit.
Seriously, I think it was 300 million. I think Hogan.
Yeah, that might have been the first judgment, but then it kind of went down, and then what he actually got paid was closer to like 20 or 30 million, supposedly, because I guess they go to, I think there's like processes of, you go to this court now and the money's clear and where you can kind of get it brought down. But yeah, I believe that he walked away in the 30s, which is still an excellent payday. I mean, I don't think it gets better than that.
Hogan's still alive?
Yeah. He's still kicking ass. I don't think he's still wrestling, obviously, but yeah, he actually looks pretty good. I follow him on Instagram. And that's what's really sad is my buddy Bubba was best friends with Hogan, was on the Hogan reality show, and all this happened, and he lost his friend, and that's what he's still really sad about.
Oh, the friendship's over.
Yeah, they're mortal enemies.
Oh, that does suck.
Yeah.
That absolutely sucks. Hey, what should this thing where you go out in public and people think it's okay to throw water on you or spit at you, and then say stuff like, hey, you're asking for it. I'm thinking, can you imagine saying to a woman who's walking around with her legs showing that gets raped, you asked for it? What the fuck is going on? How can someone spit on you with the cops standing right there?
I know, and the New York Police Department doesn't care, and they throw water at me. I mean, probably because it's a protest and the rules change for whatever reason when that happens. But really, I don't even care about the liberal leftist
or unofficially change.
I think kind of both. I think there might be some sort of unofficial thing where like something can happen in a protest. You don't have to go, maybe for police safety, they can't get in there and just arrest me is kind of what they say. But I don't even care about that. I don't even care about the liberal leftists getting mad, pulling my hair, because I could kick their ass. And honestly, I like when they do that. It makes good content. But you know what I'm really is kind of bugging me, eating away at me? So I had a viral video yesterday. I went to Target and I tried on their new trans inclusive extra tuck coverage bathing suit. Yes. It's doing very well on Twitter and Instagram. And I get crushed and called a homosexual by all the people on the far right. I'm just as bad as the left. And, and that's what I don't like, is they don't get that I'm mocking the system, but now they all want to call me gay, and which is fine. I don't even care. I'm not anti-gay. I'm not homophobic. I'm not transphobic. It doesn't hurt my feelings when somebody calls me gay because I'm not gay. But I don't like the moral outrage, I guess, on both sides, because I'm just not going to judge people like everybody else judges each other. You know what I mean? We live in this extra judgy society where the people on the far right, they get Can you hear me? Are we having audio issues? Sevan? Yo.
Yeah, sorry. Something happened.
No worries. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Okay, sorry.
No, I can't hear you. You hit mute. I think you hit mute. You're muted. Oh, he's talking. Well, we can just fill some dead air with Primetime 99 on the grind all the time. I like the background. I think the background looks badass. And the overlay looks good. Yo. Can you hear me? Hello? Yo. Yeah, can you hear me?
So sorry.
No worries at all, dude. No worries at all. Can you hear me though?
I can.
Okay, so what I'm saying is I get mad at people on the far right that just crush me because they say that Alex Stein is a representation of the conservative party, so he's just as bad as the liberal left. So this is the video where I just get crushed. You'll probably see the comments on here. The real negative comments, if you go to the Twitter, you'll see a lot of like,
I still
this is disgusting.
What the comments are. What are they saying that you're?
Well, because I'm just as bad as any whatever drag queen story time, because I'm doing this because I put on the women's bathing suit a lot, but I think it's a joke. I mean, I'm doing this like freaking Monty Python, like all the people that have put on
autism or Asperger's, to not understand that this is satire, to show the absurdity of it.
Yeah, but still, just people want you to be a certain way, and this is what they don't like. They don't like that I'm at least have a platform. And they're like, oh, well, you're the representation of the conservative party. And I'm not, because I'm really more in the middle. I mean, a lot of my ideologies are populist. I actually do believe we should have some sort of socialized healthcare. We should have affordable, cheap healthcare. If anything, I mean, we spend $800 billion a year, the Pentagon does, on non-defense budget. Almost $1 trillion on non-defense spending, when we could just take a portion of that and allocate that and probably pay for healthcare, or probably actually, pay for American citizens, instead of just giving all of our social services to illegal immigrants. I mean, there's literally, we're kicking out Army veterans from hotels and putting in illegal immigrants. That I think is wrong. I think that we should help our citizens out the most. So I don't know how conservative it is that I want to socialize healthcare. People don't like that, but I mean, I just think that's just based in reality that maybe if you have some sort of serious illness, that can be different. That can, you pay a deductible or something. But the idea that people are afraid to call an ambulance, they're afraid to literally go to the hospital because of the bill, it makes me sick. When you can buy insulin in Texas costs $200 and it's $2 in Mexico. What's so funny? It's nothing I said. I know that.
No, it's I put in it. My fucking show's falling apart right on live right in front of me. Hey, those people.
We're good.
Those people are just are scared about how open-minded you are.
You keep muting yourself. I don't know where you're hitting. You keep muting yourself. It's not. It's on the StreamYard. You hit mute on the StreamYard. It's not the mic. Your mic system's fine. It's your StreamYard is where you're muted. I don't know why it's doing that.
Can you hear me?
This is what happens. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's your StreamYard that's muting you. It's not your mic. Your mic's fine.
You could hear me when I said "God damn it."
I just heard you, yeah. And I can see on your StreamYard when your mic gets muted. Randomly, it'll just get muted. If you're pressing something, you're doing something.
Let's see.
There's a $10 super chat. How did I get connected to Chrissie Mayr? Well, Chrissie Mayr is a friend of mine. I went on her podcast and I met her over a year ago.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
She's a comedian and she's gone super viral. Her and I, she was headlining a comedy show and I actually opened up for her. And she made some jokes about Dylan Mulvaney. And these, and I had just gone up before and I made kind of similar jokes. So I'm not saying it's my fault, but I guess maybe they were kind of in the mood. And then when she got up about 30 minutes into her set, she was making those same jokes and they just got tired of it. And they called her out because she misidentified Dylan Mulvaney as a boy instead of a girl. And they walked out and it went super viral because everybody loves outrage culture. They love to see, somebody get offended, whether it's on the right or left. So she went viral for that. And then she also recently went viral because they made her change. She was wearing an outfit that was kind of like see-through, like long pants, but they're kind of see-through. And you could just see like basically a bathing suit part. And then the rest of the pants went to her ankles, but they were like, I don't know, porous is how I describe them. And they made her change on the, what's the thing that when you're boarding a plane that you get on, I forget, the walkway, whatever, on the walkway to the plane, they made her change. So she went viral for that. She's just a good comedian, a female comedian that speaks out. She was at January 6th. They tried to cancel her for that. Now you're muted. You muted yourself. I can't tell because the super chat's in the way. I bet it's a StreamYard. You're not even touching anything. See, that's so random that it's doing that. How many browsers do you have open? And are you using Chrome? Well, you said I'm using Chrome. I could read your lips, but I don't know what you're saying.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Police, my hands are up. I'm trying to pull up
hands up. Don't shoot.
I'm trying to just pull up Chrissie Mayr's. What are you doing later today? What do you have after this? You said you had some interview after this.
Well, no, I had the interview before, and then I got this, and then I go to the Blaze. I have my show today, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Please, everybody in the chat, go check it out. Prime Time with Alex Stein. It's my, I do it 3 days a week, but I always get into the office at 11, and then I stay there from 11 to 7 or 8 usually. So that's just kind of when I start my day.
Do you have to have a subscription to Blaze?
No, my show's free on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's Prime Time with Alex Stein. It's literally free. I mean, we do some stuff behind the paywall for like any creator does. And I'd love it if you had a Blaze membership. But no, all my shows free, $99, as I like to say.
What's the name of the show? Prime Time.
with Alex Stein, and it's out right now. Yes, thank you, Judy. Please go check it out. It's Prime Time with Alex Stein here. I'll text you the link. But
Do you know what's weird?
yeah, so
I just typed in Prime Time with Alex Stein, and it doesn't pop up. Only your Instagram pops up, and the show doesn't pop up. And I was looking for the show yesterday, and I went to Blaze, and I'm like, oh, you need a subscription to see it.
No, here, I'll send it to you right now. Hold on. I don't know why. It's maybe the second channel that pops up, but I'll show you. Yeah, it's weird how it is kind of like subdued. Okay, share. I'm texting it to you right now. This is it. I'm putting in the group chat right now. But I appreciate if all of you guys. Now you're kind of having an echo a little. Now all of a sudden you mess with something.
Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me.
I can't hear you. I can hear you. It just has an echo all of a sudden. Or not an echo. It's just kind of sounds funny. But you were just fine. Yeah, it might be. It could be a loose wire, but I don't know if it's a loose wire because it keeps muting them through StreamYard. I think it's something to do with StreamYard.
Check mic plug. It's not the mic plug. It keeps just saying that.
I like the chair in the background though. That's a good light right there.
What chair?
I mean, I like your chair. Hey, that's badass. But that light you have behind you, the CEO podcast, that's pimp on a blim.
Hey, you know that the viewer sent it to me.
Oh wow, with the light like that. See, you got a great dedicated following if they'll do that.
I wept like a baby.
Yeah, because it's badass. It's really cool. No, that's really cool. It's lit up like that, and then you ought to just fill out the rest of your wall with the sound dampening stuff though, and then it'll look really badass. I mean, it looks badass like that. But
how many shows
are we playing? I think we're on episode 45.
Oh my God, Alex, you're killing it.
I guess my views aren't that great. I actually should be doing a little better. I thought I would be doing better. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, look,
we're getting good live viewers.
I didn't even know it was free.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't even know about my show. It's crazy, and I stream it on my Twitter too. So if you go follow me on Twitter, you're able to watch it. But yeah, I mean, it's a primetime pimp on a blimp. I mean, I don't know. It's also weird too, Sevan. This is this weird thing, man. And I don't even know why I'm always worried. But now that I actually have a gig and it's pays me well. I mean, I'm not a millionaire by any means, but I mean, I get paid to do my job, my dream. Everybody wants to cancel me. So now I'm always worried about getting canceled. Like I fed a black guy a banana and now in a kind of a sexual manner on my show. And I got in all kinds of hot water for that.
Wait a second. So that apology you made for saying nappy head, that was a real
No,
apology?
that was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay,
that was at the beginning. That was actually a joke. See, it's kind of I set myself. I just wanted to create a fake controversy. No, they didn't care that I said that. I was just joking. But no, when I said the banana,
I don't even know what nappy head means. I wouldn't even know that was an insult because I don't even know what it means.
Well, it's famous because a guy named Don Imus said it, who used to feud with Howard Stern. So that was a big deal that he said that. And yeah. So I was kind of just doing a callback, creating fake controversy. I guess I should be used to the controversy, but I don't know. It feels weird.
Black man a banana. Is that one of the rules? Don't feed black man a banana.
Well, I kind of did in a sexual manner, but this is what they don't realize is that he was low on potassium. He gets cramps. So if I didn't feed him that banana, I mean, I was giving him a medicinal banana. There's no other way he's going to eat it. He hates fruit. So I'm trying to help a guy out and it gets, misinterpreted. A lot of stuff gets misinterpreted. Like when I'm joking, people think I'm serious a lot. And I don't know. It just sucks. It just sucks that I always kind of feel like, why is somebody out to cancel me? Why does everybody want to cancel me? Now that I'm not like a celebrity by any means, but I'm kind of, known, infamous. The bigger you get, the more they want to see you.
What would that look like if you were canceled? What would that even look like?
I mean, theoretically kicked off social media.
Oh. And that would suck because that's your way of making an income.
Yeah, I mean, that would crush me. I mean, that would be really bad. Yeah, that would be really, really, really bad. So, it just is what it is that, like the people on the left want to cancel me, and then now the people on the right want to cancel me too because I'm not conservative enough. So that's my problem is I thought I'd have some more allies. And I do. I'm not complaining. The people that support me in love, I love you guys. I'm not trying to poo-poo on the people that support me. You get 100 nice compliments. No, let me say this point. You get 100 nice compliments, you only remember the one negative. That's just how it is. I don't know why. I wish it wasn't like that, but that's just how it is.
Here's the thing. I think the vast majority of people are people that are basically like gay people who are just fucking fed up with LGBTQ tranny shit. And I think the vast majority of people are black people who are just completely, absolutely fed up with the victim mentality. And I think that you're doing a huge service by surfing in that zone that no one's addressing. And you know what? If you can't fucking handle a man in a bikini doing some satire, fuck you. You're a closed-minded fucking idiot just as much. Like,
I agree. I'm telling you, I get
so closed-minded, and it's like, fuck you. I'm the most open-minded person you've ever fucking met. I'd fucking sit in a hot tub with 30 trannies. I don't give a fuck. But
I don't care. Yeah,
I'm sexualizing children shit. That's it.
Yeah, and I get so much support from the gay community. I almost get more support from the gay community when I do this stuff because they get the joke. They know it's funny. But you know, the ultra right, ultra religious side will get mad at me, and that's what it is. I set myself up for that. I'm meant to be edgy. I'm meant to be polarizing, so I get what I asked for. This is my bed. I have to lay in it. But I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim at all. Somebody said, Bernie, Alex is just in the victim mentality. No, I'm not. I'm not a victim one bit. I'm just saying it's kind of bizarre that I am a representation of people I'm just trying to represent myself, and people get mad at me because like, you're a representation of me and you make us look bad. And I'm like, that's not the case. So I'm not a victim in that. I'm not a victim one bit. I just don't like the misunderstanding where people all of a sudden think that I am their representation. I am their, you know, thought leader. As a matter of fact, I'm not a role model. I'm the opposite of a role model. Do the opposite of me because I'm insane. I'm certified mentally ill. So trust me, you don't want to freaking be like me.
Like, what do you think's going on with what's Tucker doing right now? Can you give me your thoughts just on Tucker?
Yeah.
What happened to Tucker, and what are your thoughts on what's going to happen?
Well, I've talked to his team a lot, and I've sent a text to Tucker, and we've texted a little bit, but you know, obviously he's super busy. It comes down to this: the Dominion lawsuit. Part of the lawsuit was to get rid of Tucker, and that shows you that now he's basically blackballed because he was the #1 rated cable news host on TV. So if anybody in Hollywood had half a brain, you would give him a show on NBC, on CBS. You would give him on the top spot. But they do the opposite. They said no, because you don't like the war in Ukraine. That's one of the big ones, because he spoke out against the war in Ukraine. That is a huge one. And Dominion is I guess basically a government subsidized corporation. You know, theoretically, they don't work without voting, so they're in bed with the government. And the person that has the most powerful voice against the establishment, Tucker Carlson, was collateral damage in this whole entire thing. And I'll be honest, I talked to Tucker when I first went on his show, or when he flew me out to Maine to be on his studio show in person called Tucker Carlson Today. I asked him, I go, have you thought about, you know, going on your own? You don't even really need Fox. And he looked at me, he's like, I'm very seriously considering this. And this is a year ago, because when Dominion sued Fox, they were able to get records of Tucker's cell phone, emails, all of those correspondence. And of course, when they say that they get that stuff, they're only looking for keywords, but you know, they look at every single text message. And Tucker literally told me, he's like, yeah, the Fox attorneys are being just as annoying as the Dominion attorneys, because Fox attorneys wanted to read his text messages. They want to know too. So he just told me, he's like, yeah, I did this lawsuit. I was like, does Fox have your back? Are they going to protect you? He's like, no, not really. Fox has actually been more annoying than the Dominion lawyers, is what he said to me.
And what do you think happens to him? Where do you think he goes? Does he pop his head back up?
Yeah, well, he's going to go on Twitter at first because he's just so popular there. I mean, his videos are getting 50 million views and incredible engagement. And there's not a lot of places you can go because they're going to say, oh, well, you're not allowed on our platform. You're the white power hour. You're Tucker Carlson. You're a racist. And he's obviously not racist. He's actually, as you know, I think he even has called himself liberal on a lot of stances, socially liberal on a lot of stuff. He's just, like you said, he doesn't like the sexualization of kids. He doesn't like the military industrial complex. He realizes that America has a lot of problems that could be solved, and we're just refusing to solve them. And we're actually making the problems worse. Like, they get mad at him for saying the great replacement theory. But if you see what's happening at the southern border, I mean, millions of people are coming into our country, yet everybody else here in America, they encourage you to get an abortion. They encourage you to, you know, all the women to just be a spinstress and work at your job, a spinstress, whatever you say it. And, you know, they're kind of like, our population is declining. Less people are having babies here in America. So all of a sudden you bring in all these new voters in these liberal cities, and now you're going to have control for the foreseeable future with these policies, because the people that are coming across the border, they're going to continue to encourage these politicians to have these open border policies. So, and I love immigration. I just think it should be legal. I just think that's all I'm asking. I just think, I know people that have graduated from TCU and SMU, international students, that didn't get their green card or their visa approved and had to go right back home. And these are people that are smart, brilliant kids that came here for college, and they're not even allowed to stay. And if you want to travel here, of course, you have to get vaccinated unless you come through the southern border, and then there's no requirement at all. So why can't my friends from the UK?
I think they pulled that vaccination thing, by the way.
I don't. Is it officially over? Is it officially over? I know they announced it. But I don't. For some reason, I don't know if it's officially over, because
every Democrat voted against that. Isn't that bizarre? How is that a partisan issue? Every Democrat. Well, that's not true. Not every.
Yeah,
damn near every.
I know. I think it was every one. I think it was. I think it was actually every single one. I think it was. But listen, I mean, what are you going to do with these weirdos? And they're going to continue because it's a political thing. Somebody said my video is a little behind. I don't know why, but sometimes that happens with StreamYard. Oh, maybe because I'm not on Chrome. That might be why it's a little slow. So we could just be having weird StreamYard.
What are you on?
I actually opened it in the wrong thing in Internet Explorer. I meant to open it. It works a lot better in Chrome.
Explorer. Okay, and what do you think about the CEO of Twitter? That girl that he hired, is she? Some of the videos I've seen about her, she doesn't seem like she's on the same page as Mr. Elon.
No, and I love Elon Musk. I love that he's free speech, but he has the biggest government subsidized company in SpaceX. And then Tesla is artificially pumped up as the most valuable car company when they don't even make a truck. I mean, you go to any construction site, they're going to have a Ford truck. Ford makes work vehicles. So, a car company, you would think, the ones that make the industrial cars that build all of our crap, and they make sedans, and they make, whatever, family-friendly minivans, all kinds of cars. Yet Tesla, I think they offer like 3 different cars, 3 different versions of the same car or whatever. So it just doesn't really make sense that it's valued so high. So my point is that I love Elon, but he's in the system. That doesn't mean that he's not, that doesn't make him bad necessarily, but he realizes that, he has to kind of check the boxes of intersectionality. You notice he picked a white woman. Not that her color matters, but it's kind of, he picked a woman. That's progressive, which is great. I'm not saying a woman can't run it, but she has a connection to the World Economic Forum. He knows that that's kind of a red flag. So what I'm doing is maybe he's trying to do it to appease the people that are saying that it's going to be an alt-right website. So I think it's kind of just a business decision. Is it going to be the best for Twitter? No, because I think Twitter is going to continue to censor, and he gave the amnesty to a lot of people that had their accounts deleted and they were able to come back, which I love that. I love that all day long. But I don't think the future is going to be this like free speech era of Twitter where you can just say anything. I don't see.
Elon's a delicate character for you, huh? I see.
He is delicate because I want to be an Elon stan. But
What's that mean? Stan? What's that mean?
Stan is like super fan. You're a stan, like a Eminem song. Stan. Somebody that's obsessed with him. And because I love Elon, I don't even want to say anything bad about him, but I'm still always weary of somebody that works for the government, because I don't like the government, because I'm anti-establishment. So that's why I'm just. I haven't ever met him. Will I meet him one day? Maybe. I don't know. I would be very nice to him. I'd be very respectful to him. I don't have like any beef, but I just don't know if Elon is the hero that some people are kind of making him out to be. I hope he is. I hope I'm wrong.
How about the Nelk boys? Any thoughts on these guys?
I love the Nelk boys. Yeah. What do you ask? So I think they're great.
I think they're great too. I think they're awesome. Which is kind of weird.
They're hilarious.
They're kind of not my cup of tea, but every time I like their interview with Elon. I watch both interviews they did with Trump. I'm like, wow, these kids are fucking murdering it. And I like the dorky white kid. I like both. I like all those kids. I feel bad for the one kid who got kicked out.
Yeah, which one? They kicked out Stein, or they kicked out?
No,
I don't know. They're always
kicking. YouTube kicked him out. Steve will do it.
Oh yeah,
blonde-haired
now
dude.
he has to go on
I
Rumble.
think
Yeah,
he's all
Steve will do
juiced
it's
up.
awesome. Yeah, no, he's awesome, and he used to go viral. He'd be able to like chug a bottle of like tequila in 30 seconds. No, he's absolutely insane. I love Steve will do it. I love those videos because we watch them and we kind of like fawned over like how we were probably like that. I was like the Nelk Boys when I was younger, and they've just been able to monetize it and become really successful. So I really applaud them for that.
Have you ever been suspended on YouTube, Alex?
Yeah, multiple times.
Multiple strikes, and did you like a month or so ago? I got pulled off for a week.
Yeah, so you had a warning. That was your second strike, but it only counts as your first strike. You get a warning that stays on your record forever, and then anytime after that, you get a strike, and you have to wait 90 days for that strike to go away. It goes away after 90 days. That's how it works. Yes, but if you get 3 within the 90 days, you're done. You're finished. And sometimes they can screw you because they'll give you like multiple at a time. So it's just, I don't know. It's very, very, very annoying because you work so hard. I worry so much on my show, Primetime with Alex Stein. I put so much work into it. And at any minute, they can just say, oh, well, this isn't terms of service friendly. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And they delete you. They delete your videos. And yeah, of course, they're all backed up, but it's still not the same. Re-uploading them, starting over. It's just hard, and they've done that to so many independent creators where their whole livelihood is taken away from them, and I just hate that. It makes me sick.
Do you think that it's someone reporting you?
Well, there's 2 things. Yeah, I think the reporting is a big issue because you can mass report somebody and get them to get a strike if you mass.
What do you mean mass
enough.
Report? Like get like 50 people to complain?
Yeah. You're like, hey, go after this channel. I don't like what they're saying about me. So that one is a big one, and then also, they have the same technology or software that's going to transcribe this. Everything that they've closed captioning. You can turn the closed captioning on. Obviously, those closed captions not 100% right, but I believe that they have some sort of artificial intelligence program that transcribes every piece of content on here. And there's certain keywords that it says, like ivermectin or something. You know what I mean? If you say some sort of word, yeah, we should be okay with this. But I'm saying you say like a word like that potentially. I think you can just say that word as long as you don't say other stuff after it. You could just get taken down. And so that computer, I'm saying that computer can pick those keywords and it'll give you the initial strike, and then you can appeal that. And I've won one appeal actually one time, but it was actually
I already got dinged on this show. I'll put in a request for review even before the show's over. Isn't that amazing? This show's already.
What do you mean? You're already on a yellow? It's already a yellow monetization.
Yes. Is that crazy?
That doesn't even make sense.
Already, I just went and looked.
Hey, I saw Manny Spiegel. They asked you a question. Primetime, are you a Trump fluffer? Are you ready to move on to DeSantis? I think that's a great question. And for me, this is another topic we can't talk about on YouTube. I think
it's hostile the way it's worded. And fuck you, Manny. But thank you for your money. Thank you.
No, I appreciate that. No, this is a great question. And I'll answer it like this. I love Ron DeSantis. I think what he did in Florida is great. I am, a Ron DeSantis stan, right? But I do think Trump was kind of screwed over. And I think that he's an older man and he has less.
Kind of screwed over.
Exactly. I'm just saying that lightly because I don't want to even risk getting censored. I think what happened to him was a travesty. So I think he's kind of in line. And I think DeSantis, just my honest opinion, Manny, I love DeSantis. He's 44 years old. That's a very young man. 44 is very young. It sounds older, but I think in 4 years, he'll be 48. Could you imagine a 48-year-old president? That'd be a very young, viral, great president. I just think if I was DeSantis, if I had the opportunity to be president, I maybe make a different decision if I'm Ron, right? You have different perspective if I'm walking in the shoes.
You'd want that job.
I mean, I'd be president if they said, hey, you're going to be president. Yeah, I would take it. I mean, it beats selling cars or whatever. It'd be hard, but I would do it. My point is, I think Ron is looking to attack now, but if you really are paying attention, Manny, what happened to Trump can happen to Ron. It can happen to anybody. So if I was Ron, I would almost be playing it safe and let's see if this happens again. Almost kind of use Trump as a litmus test. And then you could actually, I don't know why you don't team up with the guy unless he just doesn't like him. And maybe this isn't possible, but why not a Trump and DeSantis ticket? I mean, what is stronger than that? Literally, what is stronger than that? So I think they should team up, or I think that he should help him. Well, if DeSantis wins, I'm team DeSantis 100%. But just right now, I feel a little jaded after what happened in 2020. And I think that I have a lot of issues with Trump. He loved Operation Warp, and he loved this and that. There's some serious problems with Donald Trump, but he's still the right man for the job, is how I feel. He's not perfect, but he's a good option.
So he's not a Trump fluffer. Hey, what about Dinesh D'Souza? You like him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Dinesh is great. Yeah.
Have you met him?
I've had him on my show. I've talked to him a little bit. Yeah, Dinesh,
No
very
shit.
beautiful daughter. Yeah, Dinesh. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Holy shit, he was on your Blaze show?
Yes, of course. Come on,
Fuck,
man.
dude, he is fucking amazing.
You like Dinesh? Yeah, no, he's
Dude.
great. I like him too. So you're a big Dinesh fan. That's awesome.
Dude, off the chart. I just finished reading last month The Big Lie. Have you read that? It's basically the origins of the Democratic Party from day one to the present, with a direct comparison to the Nazis and about how the Nazis studied the Democrats in order to figure out how they were going to get rid of the Jews. And they thought that the Democrats were way too harsh to the blacks, like the one drop rule. Do you know about that? If you the Ku Klux Klan was like, hey, if you have one drop of blood, you're black. Right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The Nazis like, it's a little extreme. You can be 30% Jewish and survive. I mean, he just goes, the whole book is showing the comparisons between the two, and it's fucking mind boggling. And then obviously the voter fraud movie was absolutely insane.
Yeah. And I mean, don't even say those two words, dude. We can't talk about that on YouTube.
So the reason why you think Trump got screwed most recently is because the CIA came out and admitted that all 50 of those people lied on that letter, and that the FBI,
they investigated him for a fake deal. The Durham report proved it was all garbage, a fake P tape. I mean, he didn't even get to get his, even do his job for 3 years. He's facing fake subpoenas. Adam Schiff is just straight up lying. So yeah, I mean, that's why. And if DeSantis doesn't realize, they're going to probably do the same thing to him. So I don't know why you wouldn't kind of stand up for what happened to Trump a little more. But like I said, if I had the opportunity, they said, hey, there's a strong possibility you could be president and you could win, then I might do it. But at the same time, I would try to, if I'm wrong, have a long game and not be in a rush, especially something like the president. I mean, he's going to have his whole life to be president. So
Dinesh also in that movie talks about how what we're experiencing is what happened in Germany and basically here in the United States, that the Ku Klux Klan and the Nazis were a state within a state. And when I see people spitting on you in public and getting away with it, and the shit that people do to you, and saying that you're asking for it, that's when I see the state within the state. I'm like, holy shit, they're protecting the state within the state. They're not protecting the big picture. Yeah.
What about people? We talk about Nazi Germany was very bad, but what about in America? We had internment camps here with the Japanese.
Yes. And guess who did that? Not the Republicans. That was
in California.
FDR. Yeah, FDR. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Hey, not only internment camps, fuck the internment camps. They took all their property.
Yeah.
And never gave it back.
That's bullshit. I mean, that is bullshit.
Hey, well, you're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. You're not allowed to talk about stolen election stuff.
No.
I had no idea.
You cannot mention that. That is an instant strike. No, this was the most fair election and accurate election in our history. No, that's a fact. Dog, be very careful.
When my account got suspended, I clicked on the page and it didn't tell me exactly why it got suspended. But it
was it hate speech? What was it? Misinformation? What was
the first one was they said I was promoting violence, and it was crazy because it was a video of a man fighting behind it was an old man who got jumped and won the fight, but it happened behind a telephone pole and you couldn't even see what was going on. And then the second strike I got like 6 months later was it fell under the guideline. You're never going to believe this, Alex, that I was suggesting a ritual or practice that would cure COVID that didn't follow the WHO guidelines. I mean, I probably just said, hey, you should exercise and not eat sugar, and I got fucking strike.
Probably. But you can't talk about the election. You can't talk about COVID. Those are just persona non grata, as they say. You had tell me about the Proud Boys. I don't know anything about them except what the mainstream media tells me, that I'm supposed to hate them, and that didn't you, for your inaugural show, you had the Gavin, the de facto guy that started it. But let me tell you another funny Proud Boys story. I got a really good Proud Boys story.
Okay.
So
what are they? Is the media
it started
right?
off as a joke. No,
Okay.
it started off as a joke. Gavin McInnes, he had this guy that was effeminate. I forget which Broadway musical play. It's like Proud of Your Boy, some famous one like Mamma Mia or something like that. It's not that one, but it's one of these plays. It's super famous. And this guy that worked there at the studio, it's called Compound Media. He would always come in and he was kind of effeminate, and they'd always be like, "Proud of your boy." So then they started calling themselves the Proud Boys, and then they kind of made like a de facto fraternity where if you couldn't name, they could punch you, and you had to name 5 cereals to stop getting punched. Like that was like one of the first rules. It was just a joke. It was literally a gimmick. Gavin McInnes is a comedian that's like me. He's like a troll. He's just goofing. Then they started to get a following because Gavin would go to speaking events and he would get accosted by the Antifa. Antifa would be kicking Gavin's ass. So then the Proud Boys say, "Hey, we'll be your personal protection at these things." So that's how it kind of got organized from just a goofy club to where they're like, "Oh, now we'll do security, and we'll go to these different places where, wherever he's speaking." So then they kind of became kind of like a right Antifa. Now, I don't think they're as bad as Antifa personally, but that was kind of like the label that they got, right?
Are there black dudes and Mexican dudes and Jew dudes?
Well, of course. Yeah, there's Enrique.
Yeah,
there's a guy named Enrique Tarrio who is like, Dominican or whatever. He's the leader. He's the actual leader. Gavin's not a leader. He actually kind of distanced himself a little bit.
It's a Dominican dude that's the leader of the Proud Boys. And
he's a Fed, and but his history that he had been he had been in a bunch of cases and helped the FBI prosecute other people. So that's the conspiracy. Was it an inside job? Is this government created? Because you just saw that U-Haul that ran into the White House, and it was a 27-foot U-Haul trailer carrying one Nazi flag. So I mean, it's just very weird. A lot of this stuff is kind of meant to scare us. But the thing with the Proud Boys, so I was in Miami speaking at an event 2 weeks ago, and my buddy Luke Rutkowski's like, "Yeah, some girls are going to come meet us out." And he introduces me to this girl, and I meet her, and she's like all into Bitcoin and stuff. And then we ended up like searching her, and she was Enrique Tarrio's girlfriend, and she got investigated by the FBI because there was some like cosplay or LARP document on how they would overthrow the government. It was a very weird thing. And it's just funny. I just ran into her, just hang out with this girl that was like kind of like the leader of the Proud Boys' girlfriend. So, and she's a nice person. She doesn't really know or want to overthrow the government. She is anti-establishment. She is an anarchist a little bit, but I don't know. It's just a weird thing how these people have been demonized. And now for January 6th, people are just going to jail. They're giving 50-year-old people life sentences, like if you're 60 years old and you get this guy, Richard Big O Barnett, he's getting a 22-year sentence. He's in his 60s. So that's a life sentence. I mean, that's a life sentence. There's no guarantee.
6th?
Yeah, for he put his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Richard Barnett?
Yeah, this guy, Big O, he's a guy that got in a lot of trouble. So, it is what it is. It's just ridiculous, though. The way the government spins this stuff, it's like, oh, they're this, terrible thing. I'm not saying they're the best thing ever, like the Proud Boys, so, are some great organization, but they're not as bad as they say. I like the Proud Boys personally. I mean, I like the ones that I've met, but I'm sure there are some weird Proud Boys in that group that are probably edgy as hell. So, I mean,
how many years did this guy get for this?
Yeah, he's going now. They're trying to do his appeal today, and I'm friends with his attorney. His attorney's actually my attorney on something totally different. But they're trying to give him 25 years. He's 63 years old. That's what he did. He put his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk right there. And he took an envelope. Did he
have a gun?
No weapons. No, there's no weapons. But he took an envelope from her desk, and he actually left, he said he left like $1 or something, so it wouldn't be considered stealing. But they tried to get him for stealing. And this is the thing. This is why they're screwing all the January 6 people, is how they created this rule that's in the books that during a voting procedure or whatever it is, it's kind of this obscure law that if you interact with it or you try to, mess it up by even dealing with a cop or, it's basically like if you interact with a police officer in the duty of his job while somebody's trying to interfere with an election or a voting process or whatever, a certification, whatever the proper terminology is, it's a felony. So, if you just charge these people with misdemeanor trespassing, I think everybody would be okay with that. And you gave these guys a slap on the wrist, a few months in jail, whatever, that's fine. I think Richard would do a few months in jail, gladly. I think all these people would. But 25 years, 23 years, there's rapists, there's child molesters, there's people with thousands of images of child pornography on their computer that get probation in some instances. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying I think that's wrong. But the justice system is being weaponized against the people. So that's a really kind of.
I saw a video yesterday of a guy in Berkeley who walked into a store, sprayed WD-40 on another guy's head, and lit him on fire. He was.
I didn't see that.
Do you want to see it?
Well, I mean, I believe you. You might get in trouble for that. No, I believe you. And now they're doing this prank where the guys put water in a gas can and they go and pour it on somebody's car, like they're going to light it.
This wasn't a prank. This is
real.
This is real.
This is real.
Yeah. This is. I wonder if I can find it. God, where is that? I couldn't even believe I was seeing it. It was in Berkeley. It was in Berkeley, California, and the guy got off. Okay, so I can't find it right now. Oh yeah, maybe this is it. Oh yeah, here it is. Fuck, this is gonna blow you away, dude. Man found guilty of lighting UC.
Oh, I saw this picture. Sorry, go ahead.
Look at man found guilty of lighting UC Berkeley student on fire has been released from custody without prison time. Hey, in 2020, he was in prison. I think for beating his wife.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk. Oh.
He look, watch this. He walks in, sprays the dude's head with, hey, and you know what's funny is they say that the dude who got sprayed is Asian, but they don't mention that the guy who did the spraying was black. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, they'll never. And black on Asian crime is really bad. It's at a really high level. But this is all outrage porn too, because there's so listen. This is what sucks. There's a lot of people. They use this as like a social credit. My buddy Hotep Jesus was talking about it. Black people love to see they love to see white on black violence, right? They love to be like, oh, look, this is happening to us. And then the white people on the right, they love to see black on white violence so they can share. So it's this weird thing where we almost like to see it because it's like our narrative, we're right. Because you can see this, but really it's like there's a lot of black on black crime. That's really the majority of a lot of the shootings in Chicago. But you can't talk about that.
Majority of the shootings are nationwide.
Yeah, and so it's just so weird. We won't talk about that when we can't ever talk about the race of somebody if they are African American. But if it's a white shooter, if it's
why even say the person's ethnicity? That's the thing I'm saying. Why even say their ethnicity or their race? But if you do, isn't it kind of obvious what you're doing? Like they'll be like white cop, or they'll be like white cop beats black man. But if it's a black cop, they won't be like black cop beats black man. It's like, how can you have it both ways? Either include that stuff or don't.
Yeah, and we just get outraged over the
look how calm you are.
Happening.
You've really.
I'm really calm today.
You've really matured, Mr. Stein.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just tired. I didn't sleep that well last night. I woke up at I went to bed kind of early, but kind of woke up early. I just woke up at 5, kind of on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Do you ever get scared at night when you're going to sleep? Like, oh my God, my girlfriend works for the FBI or the CIA. You start having delusions of grandeur, or oh my God, that person I met today is really a fucking psyop, or it's a.
Sometimes, I mean, but not really. I'm not worried about that. I do think that's weird. A lot of people that like try to ingratiate themselves with me, and sometimes I'm like, what is this guy? Is this guy? What are their motivations? What are they trying to do? Yeah. So, I mean, I guess I am a little paranoid about some stuff. Oh my gosh, my cat just farted, and that stinks. Butterscotch, that stinks.
I like the smell of farts. Hey, James, like the James O'Keefe stuff. Do you follow him closely? Do you check?
I'm tight with James. James is a friend of mine. Yeah, James is awesome. Yeah. He totally got screwed. And you know what that happened is he set up a board of just 3 people, and they're able to vote 2-1. And he thinks there's some sort of outside influence because it was right after the Pfizer thing went quadruple, triple, viral. It was the most viral video on the internet. and then he gets kicked out of his company. But between you and me, Project Veritas doesn't have a long runway. They lost a lot of support from their donors, especially their really big donors. So what's sad is they got rid of James, but they kind of shot themselves in the foot, because I don't think Project Veritas is going to be around 3 or 4 years from now. Probably less than that.
They're hated on Instagram. The comments is still like, bring James back. You guys suck without James. And he took the.
Well, see, that's a possibility. And I talked to James, and James said that if there is a case where he can get his company back, he would want it back. He told me that straight up. I think he would even openly admit that. Like, he started his own O'Keefe Media Group, and he'll do fine on his own because he has enough connections and he has enough independent financial support from people. But he definitely wants his baby back. He wants what he built, and I don't blame him for that. You
ever work out with James O'Keefe? He looks like he works out. Looks like he's swole.
Oh yeah, he's on the grind all the time. He's definitely into fitness. He stays in shape.
You ever work out with him?
No, I mean, him and
I know you haven't. Why not?
I know I need to. No, he's in good shape. I've been exercising lately. I've lost about 20 pounds. I'm down to 230. I got up to like 252. So now
you look good. And you look good.
I got to lose 20 more. If I can just be like 205 in the 210 range, because I'm 6'3.5". That's where I'm a 35, 36 inch waist. That's really, every human should be a 34 inch waist, they say. I think that's how big a waist are you?
32. I'm tiny though. Really, I should be fucking 26.
Yeah.
I'm a
tiny that's what they said.
You could carry me under one arm, Alex. You could carry me around like this. I could be accessory for you.
Yeah, but you're jacked up.
Are you taller than James?
Yeah, I'm taller than James.
You're taller than everybody.
Not everybody, but I am tall. I
liked it when you were in the airport and you said to the guy at the luggage thing, you were looking around for
Sam Brinton. Did you see he has a warrant for his arrest now?
He does?
Yeah, he like did something. They're trying to arrest him. He's kind of like on the lam, I believe. Google Sam Brinton. You ought to Google the latest on Sam.
Is he not employed?
Sam Brinton, no, he's not. He doesn't have a job right now. No, he lost his job. Yes, somebody said develop yourself in the chat. I was a guy trying on the Pro Tuck clothing at Target. That was moi.
A non-binary ex-Biden official, Sam Brinton, to be held in men's jail over suitcase theft charges. Wow, non-binary former nuclear official Sam Brinton is to be placed in men's jail in Maryland while waiting to be sent to Virginia over suitcase theft charges. Oh, so they got him.
Yeah, I guess they found him. There was a warrant for his arrest. That's the woman he stole her. Did you see he stole from some African designer, and then he's wearing one-of-a-kind pieces. What a freaking joke. But see, that's the mental illness is he could go to any store and get any clothes, but he would look for really expensive designer bags because he wanted to wear their clothes. There's something, he had some sort of weird thing where he wants to wear like an actual woman's clothes, not just a woman's clothes from the store, like some particular woman. He might not know who that woman is, but there's something weird. You have all of that. You've made all that success. You have this great job. He's probably making, Lord knows what, making decent money.
250.
I'm saying he could afford any of the clothes he stole is my point.
And look, that's the lady he stole this lady's suitcase. She's the one-of-a-kind designer.
Yeah, she's the one that's designer. I mean, these like one-of-a-kind pieces. She's like, oh, I made that coverall or whatever the clothes is called. I don't know the proper term. But she's like, oh, yeah, that's a one-of-one design. That's how I know it's my dress. And her bag was stolen from the same airport that he was flying at. So it's just very bizarre. He's very bizarre. He's obviously mentally ill.
Hey, do you think you just see that and you think you just see that and you know that's mentally ill?
Yeah, I think so. When he's dressed in a dress and has a beard, it looks like a circus freak.
So somehow his perception of himself is so fucking skewed. He wakes up in the morning, he puts red lipstick on, he thinks he has a penis, but he wants to just be a woman so fucking bad. Something's off.
Yeah, and I have the libertarian mindset too, where you're an adult, you can dress weird and be eccentric. But this is the problem, is now we have this whole new ideology where they're just trying to indoctrinate kids in this, and they tell kids are born in the wrong body. Nobody's born in the wrong body. You see this, you're in the fitness area. There's a lot of people that have gender dysphoria where they're too skinny or they're too big, or they overwork out and they get too big. So a lot of people have gender dysphoria. Some people just have it to more degrees than other. We need to treat the gender dysphoria. And you wouldn't tell an anorexic person to just keep being anorexic. You would say, hey, have some food. You have gender dysphoria. But that's not what we do in the case of trans. We encourage it. We say, oh, well, you're in the wrong body. Yeah, you are in the wrong body. Here, take this Lupron. This is a castration drug. Oh, you're a child. Do you think you're in the wrong body? You have gender dysphoria. Oh, we'll encourage it. We'll try to make you create those unreal expectations and reach them, which will never happen because biologically it's impossible. It's impossible to turn a penis into a vagina. It's impossible to turn a vagina into a penis. But there's still going to be doctors out there that are doing this. So we need to try to encourage people to be themselves and not try to encourage their mental illness by
Here's the
giving
part
it away.
that I don't understand. I also don't wake up in the morning and say, today I'm going to try to look like a man. I've never woke up one morning and been like, I don't try to do. It's like, did you see that clip that was going around? It was viral. It was from an ABC comedy, and that little kid's on the stretcher. It's a girl that supposedly is transgender, and she says to the doctor who has autism, how do you know what I'm supposed to be? And he's like, you're not supposed to be anything. You are. Like,
yeah.
Do you know which clip I'm talking about?
No, but that is what it is. You're not supposed to be anything. You just are who you are. I mean,
so I can't even relate to waking up and wanting to be a female because I don't ever wake up and want to be a man.
Be male.
I just wake up and like take a piss and like open the curtains and and start the coffee machine, pee. I mean,
I know. I'm with you.
I never. There's no point in the day where I'm like, fuck. I need to make sure I look like a man today, or I need to look like.
I'm so not worried about
it at all.
Yeah, I have no fear of looking like a man. That's why I put on a women's bathing suit because I don't even care. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I could care less. Like I'm not. It's just I think it goes to the gender dysphoria, and you see all these bodybuilders that die young from on all the gear and stuff. That's kind of similar to giving a person hormones or giving them a surgery. We need to actually help these people that have. It's a mental health issue. It's a lot like these shootings. Now you're going to take away all the guns. Then the criminals and the cops and the military will still have guns. So there'll still be bad stuff. We need to address the mental health issues. But then when you see the trans shooter that shot up all the kids in Nashville, they're not giving their manifesto. Why not? Why not? Because then probably, and I'm just pure speculation, probably the manifesto probably is like, I want to get Christians and and it just goes. It's like the last thing they want out. But trust me, if this was like a Nazi guy and this stuff said I want to kill A, Z, Y, B, whatever, it would be on the front page of every publication out there. It'd be on every tweet, every Instagram, every newspaper, every TV show. So it's selective outrage and it's selective knowledge of what we get to know. And if anything goes against the narrative, they try to hide that.
One of my clients has a 6-year-old boy identifying as a girl, and now his older daughter is identifying as a boy.
Yeah, because older daughter wants to get the same attention that she sees her little brother getting. And that's a lot of this too, is these kids are doing it for attention. I had serious attention deficit disorder. I would act bad just to get attention in the class. I would try to be the class clown. So that was my method. But now a kid can just say, oh, well, I'm trans or I'm openly gay at 9 years old. So now the attention's on me because I get to use my own bathroom or I get to, be treated special. So that's where it's like, why are we doing this? Are they people doing it because they really want to be a girl? Or they really want to transition their sex? Or are they doing it because it gets them the attention that they crave from the people they want it from?
Do you ever get concerned that maybe you could fall asleep at the wheel and be part of get sucked into a psyop or like even Elon, right?
I've been sucked into lots of psyops. I believed a bunch of crazy stuff and changed my mind on lots of stuff. Yeah. No, I've said some crazy stuff and then walked back. Yeah, I've been sucked in. I've been misled 100%. And
can you give me an example of something?
No, I'm just saying. It just with conspiracies and stuff. Like I was never a big QAnon person, but there's just stuff like that where, some conspiracies make sense and some conspiracies are absolutely Looney Tunes. And you kind of have to do a little more research. Like this is one, Michelle Obama is a boy. I don't necessarily know if that's true, but I love saying that conspiracy. I don't know if that's true. I'm kind of sucked into that. I mean, is it true? Probably not. She's probably not a boy, but then there's evidence that she could be a boy. So I don't know. It's just weird. It's like, do I believe that? I don't. So there's weird stuff that I don't necessarily believe, but I kind of will kind of role play it in my head or talk it out loud. And I don't necessarily believe it, but I'm just kind of thinking out loud. And I probably shouldn't do that sometimes.
Have you ever looked on the internet for pictures of her as a child?
You can't find any pictures of her pregnant. There's a few pictures of her as a child, but you can't find any pics of her pregnant, and it's really
look
weird
at
too.
Michelle Obama is a man.
Everybody says. I mean, hey, well, Joan Rivers said it, and then she died shortly thereafter. Did you ever see that clip?
I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah, it's a TMZ, and then she died, right after. That's a little suspicious. And she goes to the top plastic surgeons in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? She's not going to the bargain bin.
No.
Plastic surgeon.
Have you had the talk with any of this BS with your kids? So you have to, and then I got my kids' elementary school newsletter that included Pride Festival information. You have to. So yesterday, one of my friends went to their kid's graduation, and one of the speakers recently said, "Hey, you guys have a tough road ahead of you with climate change and all of the racism in this country." And so that means that teacher has completely bought the propaganda, right? Believes in the climate change narrative and believes in the racism narrative. And so that's basically just all victim shit and manipulation shit, and that's part of the psyop. I don't have to deal with that with my kids because my kids will never touch a cell phone. They don't touch a cell phone. We don't have Fox News on. We don't have CNN on in the house. Well, I would never have to talk to that about my kids. My kids are like, oh shit, I hit a tennis ball over the fence and it rolled in poop. What should we do? I'm like, oh, let's just not get it. He's all, but tennis balls cost $1. I heard you say that. I'm like, I know, but we're going to cut our losses with that one. That's it. Those are the conversations I have with my kid.
Well,
pull your foreskin back and make sure you try to pull your foreskin back and clean your penis.
Well, and I like that, but this is. I mean, I like that you're teaching him, the fatherly stuff, normal stuff. But this is the thing.
If you send your kids to school, you're not being a parent. I know that's harsh.
No, public school is insane. It's an indoctrination camp and this is the only reason that I love the pride flag. I think that every gay bar should have one. So United Gay Bar. I think the pride flag is important. I think that it is a powerful symbol and it can be a representation of the gay community. But the only thing that separates a straight person and a gay person is their sexual preference. So basically, celebrating somebody's sexual preference inside of a schoolroom, it doesn't make sense. You wouldn't have a heterosexual flag where just let them see the pride flag on their own. You don't need to have these teachers indoctrinating the kids, but that's what's happening where the libs of TikTok constantly exposes this, where they even have the thing where it's a closet where the kids can change because let's say the parents aren't okay with them wanting to dress into different clothes. There's teachers that have special closets where they let the kid, and there's one that this teacher just got exposed and he called it the Superman room because they go in as Clark Kent and they come out as Superman. And this is what he says. And the reason why he calls it the Superman room too is because Superman's always Superman. He just dresses as Clark Kent, he's not really Clark Kent. Clark Kent is the disguise. And so that's what he tells the kids. Like the kids come to school in their disguise and then they come in the closet and they get to put on the dress, or if they're a girl, they get to put on whatever, male clothes they want. And then they become Superman because now they're their true selves.
Jake Chapman, when I was a kid, I was scared of The Exorcist and sharks. Yeah, me too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I was totally afraid of ghosts and sharks, big, huge sharks, 50-foot sharks being in a 20-foot swimming pool. Completely just absurd shit.
I mean, it's gotten weird. I think the internet is a huge problem because you and I are old enough where I had 56K dial-up. I didn't really get good internet till even in college. The internet would be kind of shitty for me. But now these
we didn't
kids,
even have internet in college.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know how you do the internet without college. That's even really hard. But now these kids just look at their cell phone and there's just massive amounts of porn. So they get sexualized at such a young age. And I think that has a lot to do with it. As a matter of fact, the director of the Matrix, Susan Wachowski, the Wachowski brothers, they actually transitioned to females now. This video is going around and it's shared on a lot of right-wing things where she talked about how one of the most invigorating things for her and that encouraged her to transition was watching transgender porn that she could see. Yeah. And so there's something to do with porn. Porn is evil. I love looking at a pair of boobs, just like the next guy. I mean, come on, I'll be honest. I loved looking at a Playboy when I was a kid. I love boobs now. I look at Instagram. I see the girls with thongs. I like. Yeah, which is a lot better than what they have now. I mean, I'm not saying that, we all have desires. We want to see somebody naked, but now it's like this porn is just too accessible to people of young ages. And it's gotten where it's just so it's just so degenerate. It is so
Alex,
taboo.
there is a direct correlate right now. I just saw a study on it of kids. The longer you wait to give your kid a cell phone, like then all the correlates are, the less likely they are to go to jail, or the more likely they are to graduate from all this stuff. And all the cool kids that I meet now who are like 16, 17, 18 years old, they didn't get a cell phone until they were 15 or 16, and they're all homeschooled. All of them. And all
homeschool, and I used to think like, oh, homeschool's not that smart. I remember when Tim Tebow was homeschooled, and I used to kind of tease about that.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of, and he would but he got to go play with his local high school team because they'd let him play in whatever the district that they're homeschooled in. You could go to that school. So if a kid can play sports, then why? I don't blame somebody. I think you should homeschool at that point. That's the only thing in my mind that would justify not, because you might not get to do the team sports, and I think team sports are important, or individual sports. I just think sports are important for a young kid. I think that it teaches.
Did you play sports? Did you play sports?
Yeah, of course. I played. I was captain of my football team, and I played my freshman year in college football. What I'm saying is, I think sports, not everybody has to play sports because people like art, but I do think at a young age, sports is very important because it teaches you how to win, it teaches you how to lose. And that's what life is about ups and downs, about winning and losing. You got to win with sportsmanship, you got to lose with sportsmanship. And you really don't get those experiences unless you play sports, unless you train for something and reaching goals. So a lot of those analogies for life, like, trying to get after your goals, being focused on, what you're passionate about, doing something you love. I think that's very important for sports. At least for me, if I didn't play sports, I would probably quit when things got tough. But because I had coaches yelling at me when I wanted to quit, and they said, you can't, that materialized to things outside of my life that aren't sports related.
Homeschool kids were weird as fuck when I was growing up. Yeah. I don't know if they were, but I used to think that. But now I look at all the kids that are fucked up, and it's none of the homeschooled kids. And
now the internet's terrible, but the internet's also great. You can teach your kid anything. You can go on YouTube and learn how to do anything. You can learn how to build a 1967 Chevy Camaro or whatever. I mean, you can literally
do heart surgery. You can learn heart surgery on the internet.
I'm saying you can learn anything. So as a parent, you can be like, oh, what are we interested in learning today? Oh, well, let's learn that. I mean, you literally can teach yourself because we have access to so much knowledge and information that we didn't have, or we used to think, oh, we got to send our kid to school. And that's another thing is, dude, I had to grind my ass off to pass Algebra 2. I actually did well in the SAT because I took it like 4 times and took all those prep tests and spent a lot of time.
You took the SAT really 4 times?
Yeah, but I ended up getting a 1280 on it. It was my last. It was my last one. But my point is, I did all that Algebra 2. The Pythagorean theorem: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I've yet to use that. I've yet to use the Pythagorean theorem in my daily application. One time in my life. Yet in high school, it was the bane of my existence. I was for SOA, COA, TOA. I was always stressed out. Oh, I got to do all this math. I always had math tutors. And it's not that I'm dumb. I actually wasn't even that bad at math. When I had the tutors, I could get B's and I could do it. I'm just saying, it's like, well, we probably just need to teach people basic math, how to balance their checkbook. You don't need to. I mean, there is some people that are brilliant engineers that need to know extra levels of math. So I'm not saying we don't need to teach math, but I think some of the lesson plans that we have, the stuff that we think is important, is not the most important. And that's the other thing with college. I'm anti-college. I used to be like, oh, you got to go to college. Now you just go to college, you get indoctrinated to be a freak. So I just don't trust the school system at any level. And I hate that it's like that. I don't trust doctors anymore. So what the hell? So I'm insane. I don't trust doctors.
Don't get me started about doctors.
I know. I'm just saying I don't even trust anybody. I don't even trust myself. Sevi, I sometimes, I mess up. So I don't know who to trust.
You called me Sevi.
Yeah, somebody called you Sevi in the chat. I like that. I like Sevi.
Yeah, that's cool. That means you come a long way. I just put my toe spacers on.
Why is a toe spacers good? I used to see people wear those in yoga. Why is a toe spacers good?
Because your feet that's how your feet were supposed to be. They're supposed to be kind of
because my pinky toe, it starts to kind of it's like, kind of like collapsing into the other toe. I don't know if you can tell. It's not that bad, but I'm just saying.
Are you just in underwear?
No, I got shorts on. I got shorts and boxers.
I'm saying, like, on my show just in his underwear.
I think you're probably right. We probably do need to space them out.
And from wearing shoes, people's toes are all fucked up and smashed in.
That's what I'm saying. My pinky toe, because my wide feet are kind of smashed in a little, just because I have wide feet. They're kind of naturally a little smashed in from wearing shoes all the time.
So my kids never wear shoes unless they're skateboarding or going to tennis, or it's like a shoe is a piece of equipment you use. It's not something like you default to, so that you're not like a tool of the man. You're not just like.
Yeah, and it's so good to ground, you know that, to have your bare feet on the dirt and on the, you know, even on the pavement. I think it's good to get those negative ions out.
Ken Walter, Sevi got all giddy being called Sevi by Alex. Yes, that's right.
You like that?
$1.99 for the underwear cam. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. How are things with the girlfriend? She's like in your content now.
I heard, oh my gosh, things are okay though. But dude, her and I are kind of I feel bad for her, but a lot of girls hit me up and comment on my stuff, and she's jealous about a lot of stuff, and I would never cheat on her, but it's just lately she's just been extra we've been kind of arguing about that as you know, the other girls commenting on my stuff.
You're definitely not the cheating type.
No, but she gets mad. I know, but when I like another girl's comment or something, and I just hate having to. And so her and I argued about that about a week ago, and you know, we're okay. I don't know. When we first started, everything's fine, and then of course we get closer and closer and closer, and then all this everything that was fine 3 months ago is not. So I don't know. I love Paige. I just hate. Relationships are so hard, and I hate that I can't kind of playfully flirt. On my show, I love to playfully flirt. I always call the girls hot and stuff.
What with Marjorie Taylor Greene? I saw you flirting with her.
I never slept with her. No, but she's my good friend. Everybody says that. That was kind of annoying.
Flirt with her, and I want to flirt with her too. By the way, tell her.
Yes, I'm saying. I want to flirt with these people, and it's not. So that's where it started off as no big deal, but now that we're getting closer and more serious, it's just kind of becoming a little bit more of an issue. But other than that, things are fine. That's just like the full candid thing where I have to be a little more cognizant of how I carry myself. And I'm not going to stop like doing what I do on my show, like hitting on girls, but it's unfair to her too. So then I feel guilty.
No,
so
that's
it just
not
sucks.
True. It's not unfair to her. It's not unfair to her.
It depends on kind of how much I do it. Like, a little bit. Like the other day I was talking to this libertarian. She got mad at me because I was joking. I was like, are you DTF? And I was just kidding, joking. That's down to F. And she kind of, was kind of quiet to me for about 12 hours about that.
Why? What's DTF stand for?
Down to fuck.
Oh,
I was joking. I was just joking with this. And she's like, why would you say that to her? I was like, oh, okay.
Hey.
So other than that,
Alex,
I mean, a little jealousy, but I'm jealous too. So what am I going to do?
Oh, you are?
Not super, but a little. I think everybody has a little jealousy. Maybe not Bubba the Love Sponge, my buddy. He's really laid back. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little. Everybody has a little. I think that's what love is. You're just jealous if that person that you love so much is getting or showing attention to somebody else.
Alex, you are a bald eagle, and you soar high, and you swoop down, and you grab salmon, and you do cool shit. If someone wants to, and that's what makes you attractive. Those things that are part of being a bald eagle, that are inseparable. Mm-hmm. Then if someone were to put you in a cage, you would no longer be a bald eagle. You would just look like a bald eagle. You wouldn't do the swooping. You wouldn't build a giant nest. You wouldn't do the fucking sounds. You wouldn't like soar. And that it doesn't. My wife and I, there's a total double standard.
Yeah.
And we are not equal, and it is that way, and it's gonna be that way, and it's just the fucking way it is. Now, I don't. She just has to accept that. She has to fully accept that. She has to fully accept that.
It is what it is. It's a double standard. I know.
Yeah. You have to have. It's a double standard. But dude, you're definitely not the cheating type. She should be so stoked.
No, and I've never cheated on her.
Yeah. And you don't have the time, or you don't want your brain clouded by cheating. It's so obvious. You want to be free.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is dating has become so toxic. I mean, you're lucky that you have a family, but these dating apps are so superficial and so weird and bizarre. So the dating world that we live in today is like, insane, for lack of a better word. It's just,
this is a good point too, by the way. Sevan's equal right flirter. He likes dudes and chicks to flirt with. You just need to flirt with men too. That is true. That is sort of one of the ways that I hedge my, I make it okay for some of the crazy shit I say, because I say it to dudes too.
Yeah, because you're just being nice.
Yeah.
No, and I joke like that.
And you want to say it to men than to women, and then you're good.
Well, and you and I, we grew up at a time where it's funny to make gay jokes about guys, like, kind of locker room stuff. It's not that big a deal. Now it's like, oh my gosh, if you're a conservative, you make a gay joke to another guy, like, oh, nice butt or something. That used to be funny, like in Dumb and Dumber's, like, check out the butt there. And he's like, I know he must work out. And that's the funny joke. And he's talking about the guy's butt in Dumb and Dumber. So that is right. I am a man child. I am a child. I have Arrested Development. I hate to admit that, where I do want to be freaking 18 years old. Mentally.
What happened when you ran for office? Did you win?
No, I didn't even. I got like 47 votes. I didn't really do anything. I didn't really campaign. And everybody else, the two other people I ran against, the other guy got like 400, and then a girl got like 3,000. She won it. She spent all this money, and she spent like $67,000 on her campaign. I spent 450, but I only spent $400 and some dollars. I had to buy those signs, and I spent like $100 on my website. I just did it as a goof. I never even did one campaign event. But I didn't really want to be on the school board. Really, if I actually wanted to be on it, I would have tried harder. If I do want to run for office, I want to run for something a little different than school board. But I liked some of the attention that it got me, and that's kind of why I did it, just as a goof. And that's what I do, as I like to goof around.
Would you ever run for office? Seriously?
It depends. If my biological father Tucker runs, then I would. Yeah, I mean, I would.
Would Tucker run? Would Tucker run for office?
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. He just sued somebody because this political action committee tried to make like a Tucker for 2024 deal. I think that is, I mean, between you and me, Tucker's never said this to me, but I think that is going to be one of his only options if he continues to get canceled, because then he can just say F you. Like I think that he would have a great chance to win, because there's a lot of people, when they break down the viewers of his show, he had a lot of lefty people that watch his show, and he's been on CNN, he's been on MSNBC, he's not.
Hey, do you think CNN offered him a job? I seriously thought when they fired.
No, but they should have. I don't know why they wouldn't. They should have had. They should have had the first job offer. They should have said, "Here's a $100 million deal for whatever 3 years or whatever, the double whatever I think he's making like $15 million at Fox. They should have paid him $30 million a year and brought him right over. His whole entire audience would have come over there.
Yes,
and then everybody would have been like, "What?" And people are saying that Tucker doesn't want to be part of the mainstream because he doesn't want to be censored. Tucker is smart enough and creative enough where he can get his points out in a way that is, censor proof, where he can, I think he's smart enough where you can't really make fun of the Ukraine war, but I think he could talk about it in an objective way that would get the point across. So I don't know. I hate that he got canceled by Fox News, especially when you're number one. That's really what's ridiculous.
I heard that they are still paying him so that.
Oh, he's paid. He got paid.
So that he can't go on other shows. Is that true? They're sort of.
I think. Well, yeah. I mean, with a lot of those contracts, you have like non-competes, but he will be able to go on and non-disparagement agreements. But he'll be able to start going on shows pretty soon.
How soon?
He will. I don't know. I don't know when it ends, but I know that he will be doing a media tour. I know that for sure. I know that. I mean, I know the Blaze has reached out. Glenn Beck has reached out to him. Every outlet has reached out to him. So yeah, he's just he will.
David offered him a 5-year, $100 million contract.
Yeah. So I'm just saying once, yeah. I mean, that's to do his own show. But I'm talking about like going on other shows. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to do his media thing. I have no doubt, especially when he launches a new thing, he's going to go do press for it. So I love Daddy Tuck. He did a great job. It just sucks you can be the best at your job and still lose it.
Do you think that I know that happened to me too. Do you think that Jimmy Kimmel, like people like that, ever have a chance of waking up? Do you think like anywhere at night he goes to sleep at night and he's like, oh my God, I pushed people to get drugs and it killed people? Like, does he ever? Or no,
don't say that. Don't say that. No, because this is why. Because if you look at Jimmy Kimmel, he was, he's in blackface a lot. He did play Karl Malone, which is hilarious. He did a good Karl Malone.
I don't have any problem with blackface, to be honest with you.
No, I don't really care. He's playing a character. It's a joke. Like, I don't even care that Justin Trudeau wore it all those times.
Yeah,
it's really not that big a deal. I mean, they call that cultural appropriation, yet if a person wants to culturally appropriate as a woman, they get applauded and they get their own section of Target. So it's weird how that is.
I'm blacker than most. I'm now calling it redneck culture, because that's what's so funny. Black people have been given redneck culture and they call it black culture and they defend it, but it's really just scumbag white trash redneck culture. you can, Thomas Sowell talks all about it. But do you know about that? Have you heard Thomas Sowell speak about that?
No, but I've heard some of his stuff where they've kind of
the slaves lost their
more.
African culture. They picked up redneck culture because they were in the South, and then they departed with it. It's the same way fucking Mexicans think that they're the poster children for Catholicism, when really they're just a bunch of indigenous people who were raped by Europeans, and now they're the poster children for Catholicism. With this giant like gangster rap fucking hoodlum culture that's just redneck, white trash culture that they got from being in the South, but now they defend it as their African American culture. They're out of their they've been completely psyop, that cohort of people.
It's all been a psyop. What about sagging is from prison, and now everybody that would be the thing in prison. Now everybody sags their pants. That's a
okay. So sorry, blackface, Jimmy Kimmel. Sorry, go on. I want to hear your thoughts on Jimmy.
Well, my point is, I think he was probably more based, just like Howard Stern. When Howard Stern would always talk about politics, he was always like, I'm more of a libertarian. He talked about how he voted for a Republican left. And now all of a sudden they're like all the way on the left. So because they had this change later on in life, I don't know if it can flip back the other way, because most people are like me and probably like you, where I've always been kind of socially liberal and, whatever. I want to help people. Yeah. I want to, I want gay people to have, the same opportunities as me and this and that. Where then I kind of realized I'm not anti-gay, but I've started to realize, like, man, some of this social progressivism is not the best thing. It's not the best move. Maybe we should kind of switch and kind of, maybe go in a different direction. So you have to kind of go one way or the other. I don't know if you can keep on flip-flopping, though. Does that make sense? So I think he was kind of more based starting out, and then they realized, hey, Hollywood, politics, now I'm Howard Stern. I have to be ultra, love Hillary Clinton, love Joe Biden. When it didn't used to be like that.
Oh, you think that's kind of how, like, you get scared about being canceled? They got scared about and you're trying to keep that in check. You think it overwhelmed them?
Exactly right. They're just like, hey, I'll be protected as long as I say this stuff, as long as I speak out against this, I'll be super protected. And all the corporations that pay my bills will protect me. And that's the thing, is we're being run by corporations. We're not being run by humans. These corporations will tell you what you can and can't say. And that's the problem. These corporations can't feel empathy. So whether it's like a media company like Disney, or it's a company like Target, or it's Bud Light, I mean, these people think they're so smart. Bud Light was the #1 selling beer brand. Didn't even need to change anything up. They should have just kept running ads about football and whatever the hell. But instead they give, Dylan Mulvaney a sponsorship deal. And whether you like Dylan Mulvaney or not, a lot of people don't like Dylan. And it caused their, beer sales to be 26% lower than it was this time last year. So
you think that's true? You think that's true that they really are hurting? Because sometimes
they said that. Yeah, no, that just came out. Yeah, their sales this compared to last year, it's actually the 6th week it's gone down. Their sales have gone down 6 weeks in a row, and they're actually giving the expired beer away. Or if you buy a 12-pack for $19, you can put in a rebate for $20. They'll mail you a check for $20. So they're giving their beer away.
Oh shit! Look at this. Oh wow. This is Anheuser-Busch stock.
Complaining. Somebody said complaining about corporations are wearing a Nike hat. Yeah, I wear Nike shoes. What the hell? I mean, it still doesn't mean that Nike's great. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I got to wear underwear too. The corporation makes that. I mean, I guess there are independent things I could wear, but hell, I
get him,
like
Jessica.
Nike.
I agree, Jessica. Take that shit off, Alex.
I know, but I'm saying is, why can't we like Nike? It just sucks that Nike's so annoying. I got an Apple iPhone in their factories in Foxconn. The employees are treated so poorly. They jump off the roof. So, I mean, I'm sorry. We got to be based in reality. We can call these companies out while still having to wear their crap. It's just how it works. I mean, people are still going to drink beer. I mean, people are still going to, even though they don't like Bud Light. So, my point is, we as human beings are being run by multinational corporations that can buy and sell these politicians like they're toilet paper. So until we take control back and the corporations aren't in power, we're screwed. And we're going to continue to have to wear their Nike hats or their Adidas hats or their Reebok hats or their whatever Under Armour hats, whatever brand it is. And we can obviously wear whatever brand we want, but I'm just saying, it is what it is. And actually, to be honest, I think I got this hat at a thrift store, so Nike didn't make 5 cents from it. So there you go. How about that?
It is interesting, and I tell people this all the time. Like just the fact that I'm participating on YouTube makes me part of the problem.
Exactly right.
I'm participating on YouTube, and I'm bending, and I'm giving them money, and I'm drawing attention. And
I censor myself all the time on YouTube.
And this iPhone means that I'm voting. I'm complicit in child slave labor. I'm actually voting. I'm 100% voting for child. I'm supporting it. Right. I just try to mitigate the damage where I can. And like you, I try to just be honest with myself. Why do you think that there's so few people who can be honest with themselves, who can sort of reconcile the fact that they're like one of the things I 100% believe abortion is fucking vile and disgusting. It's the killing of babies, but I'm still pro-choice. Why don't you think people can reconcile? Why can't they hold both opposites? Like, I can be smoking a cigarette and tell you, dude, it's the worst thing in the world for you. Why can't other people be defending it?
Well, that's what we are. We are hypocrites.
You're not defending your Nike hat. You're like, yeah, these guys are fucking scumbags. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Why do you think more people aren't like us? Why do you think more people aren't like us? Why do they feel like they have to get on the defense?
Well, it's identity politics too. It's because it's like their identity. So they, it's like, I have to be staunch one way or the other. When it's more the situation's not black and white. It's more gray, and it's a lot more nuance than we give it credit for.
Look at this. Trisha's saying 1.43 dividend, 4.2% return over last year. You're saying that Anheuser-Busch has actually made money in the last year? Well, maybe they have, but I suspect the Dylan Mulvaney shit came out. Excuse me, call her high. Right around this time. Call her high.
But the beer was the #1 selling beer. They shouldn't have even done,
But what Trisha's saying is that it may have actually been okay. It may have not hurt the company.
I don't believe so. I don't know, Trish. I don't think that's the case. I mean, Anheuser-Busch is so huge. They're too big to fail. But Bud Light sales are hurting tremendously. It has affected Bud Light's overall bottom line.
Mr. Bill, hi.
I mean, that's just a fact.
Caller. Oh, fuck.
But Sevan, I gotta go soon. It's almost 10:30. I gotta go to work at 11.
Okay, thank you. You demand.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, you want to wrap things up? All right, everybody. Yeah, his things messed up. Guys, please, Sevi, go watch my show Primetime with Alex Stein.
Oh, what time?
On YouTube.
Oh,
6
anytime.
p.m. Central.
Is it live 6 p.m. Central?
Yeah, it's live 6 p.m. Central, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then there's clips, all the old episodes, the Primetime with Alex Stein. I've really appreciated all the Sevi heads. Come over there. I need you. I need your support. We're trying to build it. We're on month number 4 is coming up. We've done about 3. It's episode 48 will be 4 months. So we got 3. So another week of episodes. We've been doing this 4 months. And I'm happy with the show. I'm very happy with the show. I thought I'd get a little more viewers because it's basically getting the same amount of viewers on one of my old channels. I don't know. I thought I would be doing a little better numbers wise, to be honest. I'm doing fine. The show's not a failure. I don't know. I just thought
it takes time to build new shit. It takes time.
I know. And it's weird how other social media platforms, like I got a lot on Instagram, I got a lot on Twitter. Those followers don't necessarily migrate to your YouTube. So Sevenistas, I love you all, the Sevenistas. Y'all the real pimps on blimps. Please, in the chat, give us sevens. Give Sevenistas in the chat or Sevi shout outs.
Do you look at the chat during your live show on Blaze?
Yeah, I have my phone.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. All right. Well, I got to get in the shower. I got to get to freaking work. All right,
Thank you,
Sevi.
dude.
I'll come on again soon, man. Thank you for having me. Like always. I'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Later, Peace. Mr. Stein. Bye. Mr. Alex Stein, check him out on the Blaze. No, check him out on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Don't fuck it up like I did. Mr. Bill, you can call back. Something is definitely wrong with this system. This fucking sucks. You need to have Sevan on, and then your numbers will skyrocket. I cannot go to Texas. There's no fucking way. Thank you, though, Matt. I just subscribed to you, dude. That's nice of you. Bye, Alex. I'm tripping. I'm very uncomfortable. Will someone call in and just check my phone? I'm very fucking uncomfortable with this whole setup. It's not so we moved some things around in here, not as much as I thought we were. Actually, we didn't move much. We just added some stuff and added some lights and shit for Dave coming in, so it would be a little bit better than the last time he was here, and so that he could look down at me instead of me look down at him. Because for some reason, all sorts of people talk about that, and it's just stupid. A bunch of insecure fucking douchebags. But oh, here we go. Souza, hey. 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 Oh, sorry. Hey. Souza? Hello? God damn it. I got nothing. I hooked everything up exactly the same. I got a Rodecaster Pro 2, and I have no idea why it's not working. That's working. Crickets are working. Can you guys hear that? Let's see. Kenneth, hey. Hello? Can anyone hear Kenneth? When is the disappearance? Is the cord? Oh, the cord's gone. What's so ridiculous is the cord is over here. The cord's right there now. It's been pulled out from up here like this, and then it's just taped to the wall. So now it looks even worse for me. And my fucking phone doesn't work. Hold on.
Is it working now?
No, it's weird. Like I can hear you on speakerphone, but I can't. But for some reason, it says you're connected, but you're clearly not connected. I just disconnected. Search for all audio devices. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you. You can you hear me?
I can hear you for the most part. Sometimes a little glitchy.
What are you clothed? Why are you breathing so heavy?
I work out while I watch the show.
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome. Oh, good. Oh, now I can hear you. We're live. God, this fucking thing. God, this sucks. I wonder how many people I can merge in. Caller, hi. Now there's 2 people on the call. Oh, yeah, I think I can. Hello?
Can they hear me? Because that was the last good phone call yesterday.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, thank you.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. That was cool. Thank you, Kenneth. And I think that was Jethro. I want to show you guys something. I want to show you this comment. Caller, hi. Hey.
Hey.
I think my phone's working. It's good. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, great show.
Thank you. Yeah, he was.
That was really, really good. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It was so interesting how chill he was today.
Oh, he's great. He's great. It's always a trip when he's on.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Are you at a deli?
Am I at a deli? No,
Yeah.
I'm at work.
Isn't it weird? You called me and I just pictured you like at a deli eating a sandwich or something, or standing in line getting ready to order a salami sandwich with extra mayonnaise on rye bread.
No, just half hour away going to the gym.
Oh, damn! Everyone goes to the gym. Everyone gets a fucking swole on.
Trying, dude. 52. I try.
Who is this?
This is Garrett.
Garrett, what's up, dude? Oh, Garrett, not Garrett.
What's going on, buddy?
Not Garrett Clinton. Have we ever talked before, Garrett?
No. The first time I've gone through. Been listening all through the pandemic, and that's it.
Do you have a second? Do you want to talk to me for a second?
Sure, I do.
Okay. So yesterday I did a show with Dave Castro in the evening.
I haven't caught up with it yet. You put out too many shows, man.
I understand.
Which is great.
And this guy in the YouTube comments writes, Dave hits the nail on the head with how I feel about Sevan most of the time, but not all of the time. If you don't like him or you're not normal, you have mental problems. You're not. I think he's saying you're not allowed to think differently. A great show, by the way. Dave is always amazing. So this guy is saying, because at one point Dave was saying that, and I'm reading that and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that actually is true. I don't accept people who want to chop off children's penises, and I don't accept people who want to let men play in women's sports. And I'm very closed-minded about that. But on the other hand, I was like, I'm the fucking most open-minded person I fucking know.
Dude, it's wild. So my wife is my wife is a midwife, right? So they have a meeting, and she comes home from work and she's like, oh, we had our first pregnant male come in for delivery. I'm like, honey, I go, listen, it's a woman. It's not a male. And so all this stuff that's going on, it's just insane. It's insane to me because they've now catered to, I don't even know what the percentage of population that is transitioning, but it's just like, what are we doing? I mean, just it's you show me a male that can get pregnant, and then I'll buy into that, but that it's never going to happen. So like, it just, I don't know where it stops, you know?
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I am
But-
extremely closed-minded about some things. That's 100% true. But I'm also, I seriously, I'm like, holy shit, I'm so fucking open-minded. How?
Yeah.
I'm 1,000 times
I mean,
more open-minded in culture than 99% of my fucking guests.
Yeah, that's you want to identify as a cat, you identify as a cat.
Right.
Just like, you stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane, but don't force me or force my family to like now have to, like, I don't want to, like, that's, you do you, I'll do me, but like,
But I do.
but stop.
But here is the thing. On the other end, I do want to make it illegal to chop off the penises off of people under the age of 18. That's where I am closed-minded about that. I'm like, I don't I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a part of a society. It's like lobotomies, you know, like I can't believe we used to actually do lobotomies just, you know, in the 50s. I don't want people to look back and be like, I was part of that team that thought it was okay to chop off kids' penises.
100% there with you. That is the
so
most
close-minded.
insane thing. Yeah, like the fact that, and then I think a lot of it is like, you look at some of these parents when they show up with the kids, like it's almost like they're pushing their views or agendas onto the kids, where, you know, as a child, you don't know, like you could dress your boys up in skirts and totally push a total what you wanted the rest of society to see your kids at, right?
Right.
And I think that's wrong. Like if you have your opinions, that's fine, but don't push it on other people, and especially children, because they're not equipped to handle any of this stuff. I have a 12 and a 9-year-old, and like we don't even talk about this stuff. When my wife brings that stuff up from work, I'm like, yo, like we can talk about this, but I don't want the kids hearing anything about it, because like it's yeah, I'm here in Massachusetts, so I don't even need to tell you where all. Yeah, it's just like, yeah. You can't even say you voted for Trump or anything here. So
David Weed,
yeah,
David Weed, come on, man, you're not open-minded. Come on, man.
I'd say you're pretty open-minded. There are very few things.
I'm crazy open-minded. It's nuts. It's scary how open-minded I am.
There are very few things that I disagree with you on. Especially, I got a good, not a good one, but I have one. I have a quick one for you. So I have multiple friends who work in healthcare, and a friend got the 4th booster, right? 47-year-old dude, and he had a fit, right? Works out, rides mountain bikes and everything, had a stroke, and no one wants to talk about it. Like that isn't weird that a fit guy has a stroke and you know, had been taking 4 jabs.
It's crazy. I was looking at some articles last night, and it's just like anytime you even question it, you're considered the name calling is just crazy, or like it's disrespectful to the person who had a stroke or who had a heart attack or who died if you question that. It's like, dude, wow. What do you? It's not even offensive in the slightest to question it. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this. Don't chill, relax. If someone got hit by a car, is it rude to say, was he crossing the street on a red light? I mean, it's totally fair question.
Was he in the crosswalk?
Yeah, exactly. All those are fair questions.
Yeah, like I don't even bring it up because, like, yeah, people think I'm nuts. You know, how could you bring that up? I don't know. I think it's a legitimate question. He's never had any issues in his whole life, and all of a sudden he has a stroke at 47.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling and helping me test out my phone.
Hey, man, anytime.
All right.
What do you guys putting out a schedule for this week for semifinals? Is that going to be on the website or anything?
I've been bugging Souza like crazy about it, but the fucking guy is a fucking workaholic, and he's trying to run his gym, and he's got the thing with the U.S. Air Force and the thing with the fire department. I know he wants to do it. And then I sent
Good
30
dude.
text messages in the last 24 hours asking him to do stuff for me. So I'm not sure, but soon, very soon. I don't think that let me just add this. I don't know if they've released the schedule yet, because I think they're switching the entire event to one floor. So I think some things have changed. But soon as I know, there's 2 shows competing for, so tomorrow morning, Sarah Sigmund's daughter's coming on. And then tomorrow night, we're trying to get, Danielle Brandon on. And if we don't get Danielle Brandon on, we will, okay. So she's set for tomorrow evening. Holy shit. Okay. Cause I was thinking
For sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, as sure as I can be, but I'm just looking at text. But I also want to have James Townsend and John Young and possibly Mike Halpin on. I want to do just a quick prediction show for females for the West, going event by event. Yeah. All right.
Cool. All right, man.
All right.
Be
Thanks,
good.
dude. Okay.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, so it does look like Danielle. It says, Danielle, are you available Thursday night for a show? She said yes. Souza said perfect. And then that's it. All right. That's cool. Oh, what are the 3 things I'm open-minded about? What were those 3 things? I'm just curious. Sevan is a classic liberal, questioning things, trying for better, not the disease version most people think about. Okay, I like that. Oh man, my husband's friend died recently at 34. No medical conditions that we're aware of. And the first question was, did he go to the 49er game? Yeah, it's totally fair. I'm not open to animal, what's that called? Husbandry, animal fuckery. I'm pretty close-minded to that. I just think it's animal abuse. Let's see. Here we go. Cornholio. My friend's husband died in his sleep, young, otherwise healthy. Immediately brings up 49er attendance. Yeah, fair enough. Someone is open-minded enough to host disc golf shows. Yeah. Hey, as funny as that is, yeah. Just think about that. Think about that. Hey, not only is Danielle coming on the show, David, but you'll probably come on yourself during the show. I know. My dog is kinky as fuck. I'm for animal whatever. Sevan's dog. Anyway, I just saw that that comment and I'm like, man, I'm pretty open minded. Yeah, I'm open minded about a higher power. Like, yeah, I want, like, most of the people who don't believe in God, like they're like so close to God. Like, I'm like, dude, take me. Here I am. Yo, Jesus, make yourself known. I feel like I'm pretty I'm dying to rob a bank. I just don't want to go to jail. I'm very curious what it would be like to OD on heroin. I'm so curious what it would be like. I can't even relate to waking up in the morning thinking that I would want to be a female, because I don't wake up thinking I want to be a male. I'm curious how, like, and also if it's not obvious, I've spent a lot of fucking time alone watching the mechanisms of my brain and how it operates. And it's not a lot different than anyone else's brain operates. They all kind of operate the same.
Sevan?
Hi. Hey, what's up, man?
Hello?
Hey.
I have a quick question. Well, little story and then quick question. I have an uncle, and we know that he lies about some stuff. And he's been lying about stuff for like 10 or 15 years. And he's been telling himself those lies.
Is this my nephew?
No.
Oh, I just want to make sure you're not talking about me. All right, go ahead.
No. It's Alan. So my uncle has been lying about some shit for 10, 15 years. And he's been telling himself these lies for so long that he starts to believe them.
Yeah.
So just to piggyback on that, and I'll hang up after I ask the question. Do you think you've been telling yourself for so long that you don't have to put the carts back in? That you start believing that you don't have to?
Asshole. Asshole.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
I love you. I'll keep listening.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Listen. You guys really want to talk about the cart? You want to fuck around with the carts? Listen. It's like what's funny is at the end of the day, I'm gonna even go out on a limb here and say this. I bet you I've put away more carts than people who fucking say they put away carts. I just don't think it's one of those rules in stone. Not at all. I think if you think it's one of those rules in stone, shut it, Trish. Just shut the fucking front door, Trish. No, Alan is not the man. No, Sean. No, down. God, I wish I had a whip. I'd fucking get up on a chair and just start fucking crushing you guys. His joke was good. He fucked me up. Christian Kettler, that guy loved his own joke hard. Yeah. No, Heidi. Down, Heidi. Bad, Heidi. Listen. I'm not doing the cart thing. I'm not like opposed to putting away the cart, but it's not like when your dog poops, you have to pick it up. There's 1,000 reasons not to put your cart away. It's not like one of those things. By the way, there is this guy on the internet. I think I probably have it somewhere. This Russian guy, he was doing the cart thing before the cart guy was doing the thing. And he's so funny. Let me see if I can find him. Where's the shot graduate gem reparations? There's a Russian guy that just fucks with people who don't put their carts away. It's so awesome. Or it's a fake Russian guy. He carries a suitcase, big old juiced up dude. You guys know who I'm talking about? Anyway. Here we go. Jeez. Sevan, even if no one is watching raining and you're afraid in the dark, you put no. Yeah, I don't pick up my dog's poop. I know. But you put your cart away. You can't stand the cart talk. It's just, I don't know how I'm going to convince you guys that you're all just being tools of the man. It's not like one of those things. If you have your three kids in the car and it's 120 degrees outside, you don't fucking put your cart away. Then there's other times where you see an old lady unloading groceries in the back of her car and you walk over and you help and you take her cart for her. But this thing that you have around the cart, you're just a tool. It doesn't work like that. The cart's not like that. And I've been on all sides of it. Remember, I'm fucking 51. I got 3 kids. I collected carts for years at a place called Drug Barn. You got me. The cart won't go away. The poop will. Fair enough. Okay. That's going to be tough. That's a tough one to push back on. It's going to require a whole show for me to build a case against that. But here we go. I just don't use a cart. Yeah. I don't even use a cart either. And what's crazy is usually, even if I have a cart when I'm shopping, because I'm fucking so muy fuerte, I just carry the fucking bags myself. And I usually have one of those fucking super trendy canvas bags that's like cost $120 that says like Newport Beach on it. That's probably only cost them $3 to make. I go with 2 of those in there and you can carry fucking 100 pounds in each arm. No. There's 1,000 reasons you don't put the cart away. It's not a carte blanche, just answer, always put the cart away. It's not like that. Mr. Bill, sorry. I really wanted to take your call when Alex was on. I'm so sorry. My phone was fucked up, William. Sorry. Oh, this is an interesting bit of information. Cultural rules. As a man, you can't use a cart of a basket. You can't use a cart. I don't know what that means. Mr. Zombie, hello, correspondent for the Sevan Podcast in the West Regional.
What's up?
What's up, dude?
I'm not even calling for that. I'm calling for the cart thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just fuck all these high and mighty people in the chat talking about they always put their cart away. If just like you said, if you have your kids with you and stuff, that cart is going the closest place possible that it's not going to roll away.
Yeah.
And it 100% needs to go there because that 16-year-old with his first job needs to grab carts from over there because it builds character. So yeah. And yes, I got your back. I got your back.
Thank you. And don't get me wrong. I would say 90% of the time I do put my cart away. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's not a rule like that. It's not one of those rules. There's a common sense component. What you're doing is they're punishing us. These cart Nazis are punishing us for the fact that that they don't have faith in humanity, or that they don't have the discipline to make the discernment of what you do with the cart that's appropriate. That is Joe. Thank you, Barry McCockner. It is Joe Rogan who's calling. Thank you. Yes.
But yeah, and for the NA West stuff, yeah, I'll be there probably. I'll be there tomorrow, like mid-morning, and then I'll be there the whole weekend. So
hey, someone just kind of got us cornered. This is a great response to us. Bernie Gannon, Sevi, would you put your cart away if it was a sled? That's fucking
no.
I might be checkmated. I might get my kids out of the car.
No, you got your kids in the car.
What?
Yeah. You got your kids in the car and it's hot. Yeah, no, it's still not going back.
Oh God, I love a sled. God, I love a sled. I'll turn into a sled whore. If you don't own a sled, go to fucking Bill and Katie's with BillandKatie.com. Oh my God, do they own Bill and? Wouldn't it be awesome if Jesus Christ, dude? How long are you gonna turn that damn thing off? I'm just joking. If
I know.
BillandKatie.com. Do you think that's really they own that? That takes you to Rogue. This site can't be reached.
They should.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
It probably costs like $10 a year. They should definitely buy that.
And it just go to how about dearbillandkatie.com? Dearbillandkatie.com. I might just buy that domain and point it at Rogue. So I have my own. That's how cool. You know how Michael Jackson had his own clothes?
Yeah.
Websites that I'm
gonna
gonna
check the traffic on that. Yeah,
but basically just websites that I like a lot. I'll have my own entry into them. I don't want to go in with the common man. I'm not going to go to rogue.com, roguefitness.com. Fuck you with you filthy peasants. I want to pick my own domain name and point it at your account. I'm a baller.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I just wanted to have your back on the cart thing because these people don't understand, especially if they don't have kids.
Thank you.
They're little kids. They don't get it.
Yeah. And I understand their view, but they don't understand my view. And that's the problem. It's not that I'm against putting carts away. It's just, it's not one of those rules like wipe your ass after you shit. Like that's that's a rule. Putting your cart away is not a rule like that.
Yeah. And you know what helps with wiping the ass?
Whenever you come, the first thing out of your mouth should be like, I'm sorry. That's a rule.
This doesn't happen. This doesn't usually happen.
All right.
That's the second thing.
Yeah. But... Oops, sorry. This is weird.
But yeah, I'll be available all weekend for all that stuff. So I'll be the
correspondent. Thank you. And anything you hear, nothing is too small. Do you know what I mean? Like if you see someone's shoe come off, or like just report anything to me. Just text. You can't bug me. Text the fucking like a maniac to me.
Oh, you got it. I know Susan will enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting an iPhone.
Yeah. No problem.
Okay.
I'm not a peasant anymore.
Okay. Thank
you.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
Heidi Chrome, man, you are smart as shit. Let me show my kids how not to take personal responsibility. Yeah. Solid. I like it. Magnus, just hire Hiller to bring back the cart for you. I'll tell you a fucked up story. You ready for this? So I got a rock tumbler for my kids. And more specifically, my wife got a rock tumbler for my kids. And basically you collect rocks just outside in the beach, or you break a bottle and you put broken glass in it, and then you put water in it, and then you push the button, and it's in a rubber container, and it spins, and all the glass and rocks spin, and it spins for it's loud. It's a little loud. You can hear it all night spinning, and you spin it for days. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. You put the setting. Then when it's done spinning, you got to open the lid. And I could not open the lid. I went to war with this lid, and I couldn't open it. And I tried. And one of my kids goes, "It's okay. Hiller's coming over in a couple of days. He can open it." I'm just like, oh, man. Yeah, Jeff, you're texting with you sucks. I regret giving you my phone number. That's not true. I'm just joking. That was too harsh. Yeah, but the thing with Hiller, my kids knew right away. Did your husband open it for you? I did ask my wife to give it a whirl. I eventually got it open with a huge set of with a huge plumber's wrench. Do you know what that is? I think it's called a plumber's wrench. But my kids know that Hiller's significantly stronger than me. No, he comes in a few days. Does Hiller have small wrists? I feel like the show should be over. I didn't think I actually had prepared a whole show. I didn't think Alex was only supposed to come on for 15 minutes, and then he ended up staying. Oh, Vice Grips? I don't know if it is. Let me Google Vice Grips. I don't know if it is Vice Grips. No, not Vice Grips. Let me see. Plumber's wrench. It's huge. This thing is huge. Plumber's wrench, or it's like a pipe. Maybe it's called a pipe wrench. No, not a plumber's wrench. See a pipe wrench. Nope, not a pipe wrench either. Shit. It's huge. The things like this. I mean, you could kill channel locks, maybe. Oh yeah. Channel locks. Show phone. Oh yeah. You nailed it. The fucking giant set of channel locks. Monstrous. Yep. Thank you. Who did that? Who got that? Channel locks. Yeah. Extra sloppy. Yeah. Yeah. That was it. Oh, this is interesting. Just start doing your bar muscle ups with fat grips and you can open the cans. Sevan's days of laying Piper over. Not quite. Not quite. Anyway, so I guess that was one piece. I guess I can erase that. Guy calling me closed-minded. That was kind of weird. I mean, I understand it, but it's like I feel like it's only half the story. If you wonder why I'm so adamant and you don't take it to heart and you think I'm just being excessive or I don't know what I'm talking about or I get on my high horse or I think I'm a know-it-all or blah, 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 or he thinks he's the greatest dad ever, blah, blah, blah. I show you Exhibit A, Wall Street Journal, Family and Tech, the real problem with TikTok. A recent study found that when researchers created accounts belonging to fictitious 13-year-olds, they were quickly inundated with videos about eating disorders, body image, self-harm, and suicide. If you and Elon commented on it, extremely destructive if accurate. If you have a 13-year-old and you allow them on TikTok, you are not parenting. You've completely abandoned your job as a parent. Why? Because you can't compete with this. I don't know if it's true or not, but you know how they say, like, if you give a girl a vibrator that she gets bored with dick. If you give a kid an iPhone, you've lost your child. If you give your kid access to social media, you're done. You're toast. You're not being a parent. You've outsourced your parenting. Just do not do it. I'm telling you, it's so serious. It's so extreme. Are there kids that do okay who get TikTok? Yeah, maybe even the majority. But why? It's like smoking. It's fun, but why start? Because it's either going to kill you or you're going to have to quit, and you're not going to enjoy quitting. That is one thing I've never heard. I've never heard anyone say, boy, I really enjoyed the challenge of quitting nicotine. Never heard anyone say that. Do not give your kid a phone. Don't have any reasons like, oh, it's for safety or it's so they can call me or it's because all their friends have one. Don't do it. You're outsourcing. Do not do it. You're outsourcing your parenting. It's not the kid's fault. It's not TikTok's fault. It's not like it wouldn't even matter what they were pushing to your kids. It says TikTok pushes videos about eating disorders, body image, self-harm, suicide, self-harm. It wouldn't matter what they were pushing. It doesn't matter. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'll just leave it at that. It's every day. You wouldn't yeah, it's not just TikTok either. Correct, David. Yeah. So sorry if I made it sound like that. Judy Reed, listening with my 17-year-old son, and he heard what you said about it. TikTok ruins people. We never let him or his sister have it. You know what's interesting is, so someone was telling me, first I had that guy on the show who basically explained to me that Snapchat's for getting drugs. And then I talked to some 20-year-olds and they're like, yeah, Snapchat's totally like, you can get any drugs you want anytime. You can get basically anything you want on Snapchat quickly, anywhere you are in the United States. And I was talking to my neighbor about it. I had a trippiest conversation with my neighbor the other day. Like, it's great. Aren't you glad we live here? He's like, why do you say that? I go, it's kind of the ghetto. It's kind of the country, but like, there's no people around us. You know what I mean? Like, I live in kind of like it's kind of weird where I live. When I say ghetto, it's just like, I live in a place that like, it's hard to explain. There's lots of multi-million dollar homes, lots of millions of dollar properties, but there's also people everywhere who are living in just shitty 600 square foot places where they're paying $3,000 a month. And there's loads of people with like cars parked in their front yard with tires and shit off their car. You know what I mean? It's not ghetto, like dangerous ghetto. It's just like white, just like how you picture like a white trash kind of ghetto. Like just a bunch of working people, but then sprinkled in with fucking shitloads of tech millionaires. And I'm in the country. It's funny. I didn't realize that until about a year ago. So, but my neighbor, I was like, dude, can you believe what's happening in San Francisco? He's like, what's happening? I started describing to him. He goes, I had no idea. And I was like, yeah. And we started talking about Snapchat. And I was like, Snapchat is for sending nudes. Yeah, that too. I started telling him about Snapchat. I go, dude, don't let your kids be on that shit. I started talking about all the fentanyl deaths. He's like, dude, I don't know. I haven't heard any of this stuff. I'm like, wow, maybe I watched too much social media. Or this dude's just completely oblivious. I go, did you know Nordstrom's closed down? He's like, no. Did you know like 20 fucking pharmacies have closed down in the Bay Area? He goes, or in San Francisco? He goes, no. How the fuck can you not know that? Caller, hi. Hello. Oh, it's not working again. Hello, caller.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Oh, I can. Hi. Hey.
Oh, thank goodness. This is 8 calling.
Oh, I've been looking everywhere for you. My whole life.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I've talked to you before. You try to go along with the bits. That's your whole thing, right? What is that? Do you still have Alex Stein on?
I do.
Okay, can I speak to him?
Am I not supposed to go along with the bits?
Well, it's just you're not very like funny or good at it, but so you kind of ruin them. You kind of take the bits and you drive them into the ground, make them not funny anymore.
Okay, let's try again. Sorry, try again. I want to try something different. Go ahead. Hello, caller. Hi.
No, I actually want Alex Stein though. Do you have Alex Stein available?
No, but I have his phone number. You want me to give you his phone number?
Okay, can I get that?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
FUCKOFF, area code 415.
See, that's what I mean, man. That's your level.
Thank you.
Like, do you want me to? I can get my friend Daryl Kraft to call in. Do you want me to get Daryl Kraft? He's like a conservative comedian. Be more on your level.
Thank you. You have a fantastic voice.
So you don't have Alex Stein though. Were you just talking about Alex Stein? I'm just confused because in the title it says Alex Stein.
He was on. Yes, he was on for 90 minutes this morning.
Yeah, he's not there anymore though.
He's not, my friend.
And who are you? You're like, do you used to be like a CrossFit dude or some shit?
Are you Daryl? Are you Daryl? Is that why you're pumping up Daryl? What's Daryl's name? What's your real name?
Daryl Kraft. That's not my real name. No, I wish I were Daryl. I wish I had his chops. No, but who are you? Like, what do you used to do? Like CrossFit or something?
I did. I still do CrossFit. Do you do CrossFit? What do you do to work out? What do you
do?
Jail? You do jail workouts?
J-O, I said.
J-O? J-O. I thought he had a nice voice. How would you get this number if you weren't watching the show, right? How would you get this number? Am I not supposed to go along with the bit? I thought that was good. It's like when someone calls in and pretends like they're Obama. I'm supposed to be like, hey, J-O, jack off. I don't know. It's all over. It was over my head. You want to talk more about schooling, sending your kids to school? Man, it's a shame what's happened to school. I really enjoyed going to school. Here we go. Ready?
On a project proposal in my class because I used the term biological women, which is apparently not allowed anymore. She even said it was a good project proposal, but I got a 0 because I used this term and it's exclusionary and not allowed anymore. And I 100% know that this is like the most biased grade ever because my project is about transgenders competing in biological women's sports. How am I supposed to do my final project if I can't use the word biological women? But that's what my project is about. I got a 0 on a project proposal in my class because I used the term biological women, which is apparently not allowed anymore.
This isn't the isolated incident. This is the norm, guys. This is the norm. It's been a while since a douchebag called in. Here's the thing. It's not that guy was a douchebag. It's that I'm not good enough to figure out how to work. I need to be able to work every great caller, David. I agree. It was a great caller. I need to be able to learn how to work every person into the show. So like I wasn't able to craft that in a way to keep the energy. Like that guy was controlling the energy. I couldn't control the energy, right? I was like trying to come on his level. I was trying to move the energy. Like I couldn't control. I wish there was a better word I could use than energy. But I fancy myself as being able to take any of these situations or any of these calls and, you know, even if it's anything, even if it's a fucking bot and make it into something fun. And I couldn't do it. Although it ended kind of cool with him being angry. Kenneth Lab, Sevan is so loving he pisses off douchebags. Close-minded. So that guy had 0 energy. He sounded like he couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. Oh, you think that's why he was pissed? You think that's why he was pissed when I asked him if he works out? Devesh Maharaj. I wish Sevan took as much personal responsibility when it came to putting away his card. The old shopping cart. It's starting to be that all the lamest people I know have college degrees. Do you know that? It's starting to be that way. It's starting, or maybe it's always been that way. You're going to love this guy. Here we go. You guys are going to love this guy. Here we go.
What do men want in a woman? Broke men want fixers. Immature men want mothers. Lazy men want enablers. Insecure men want puppets. Abusive men want objects. But good men want partners. Hardworking men want supporters. And men of God want their rib. What do men?
Okay. What the fuck does that mean? Who's gonna explain that to me? I'm gonna play it one more time. The fuck does that mean? I'm digging it. I'm open to it. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm open to it.
Men want in a woman. Broke men want fixers. Immature men want mothers. Lazy men want enablers. Insecure men want puppets. Abusive men want objects. But good men want partners.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Now, what about this one right here?
Hardworking men want supporters.
Yeah, I get it.
And men of God want their rib.
Hook it up. I get it. Adam and Eve. I get it. Is that true? Men have one less rib than women? One of you fucking Bible beaters call and fucking school me. I'm digging this. I guarantee there's something good here. I know. I smell it. I know. Where is Tom? Tom, William, anyone? Daniel Stevenson, rib, equal part taken from the middle of the body. That's what you mean. Not Mike McCaskey. Not true. Men of God want that part of you that's missing to complete you. Yeah, I know. I need it. I smell truth. I smell truth. I just don't know what it means. I don't know what it means by the rib. It's an allegory or a metaphor for something. Someone hook it up. I don't know what it means. I'm not going to erase this one. I'm going to leave this in my list, and then I bet you if my sister sees this, my sister will call me up today sometime and school my shit. She's good at that. All right, what is this nonsense here? But I know there's something there. I smell it. I sniff it. Something good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Tom to the rescue. Hook it up, brother. Educate me. What does that mean? The rib. What happened in Genesis? What happened with the rib?
Hey, good morning. Perfect timing. Biblical question.
Yes.
God removed a rib from Adam to make Eve.
Okay.
So it was when it first started, he made all the animals and it was all good. And then he made Adam and it was good, but Adam was lonely. And so he made Eve from Adam's own flesh. So man was from dirt and Eve was made from Adam. Which
so he wants his rib back, meaning he's whole. He's whole. He a man of God wants a woman to be whole. And what would that look like to you? Like
hey, there's so much. Do you know who's good on this? Is Jordan Peterson. My Christian buddies don't like his interpretations of the Bible, but he goes deep on stuff, like exactly what you're saying. He goes like hard for hours on like one chapter of this. He's really good at it.
Okay, I'll check it out. I like it.
Yeah, whole biblical series. Just check out Jordan Peterson biblical lectures. So I'm calling in by popular demand. The chat asked me to give a call in.
If you bring up cards, I swear to fucking God, I'll hang up on you.
Nah, we just gotta agree to disagree. It's all good.
Okay.
You know what's funny is as soon as that guy said, as soon as that caller said that you were supposed to play along with the bit, I saw your insecurity come like immediately. You're like, oh damn, because you want to be funny.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, you're not funny. It was like, oh, am I really? That guy's just a dick. Who doesn't matter.
Dude, I totally let the whole show down. I was like, oh fuck. It's like when Logan calls and he's pretending like she's Sean Woodland and I see he's calling, I go, hey Logan, and I fuck up the whole bit. I felt like I fucked up that guy's whole bit. I felt totally insecure. I felt like I let someone down. I felt like I let the whole show down.
No, if he was good, he'd be able to pull it off anyway. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Right. Another funny thing is that he asked that he pretended like he didn't know who I was, but he already clearly knew who I was because intimate enough with me to make it an 8 joke based on my name as being number 7, right? 7 on 7. At least that's how I took it. So I actually thought it was a good bit, and I thought he was gonna follow up with, and I have 9 here with me or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And then someone else, I thought we were gonna have fun.
That would have been clever, but he got derailed. He only had like one. That guy only has like a script that he wanted to give you, and then, once he got off of it, he just didn't know what to do.
How could I wish I could have hid that insecurity better. Any thoughts for me? Any advices?
I mean, I've probably watched you interact with people like hundreds of hours, so I don't think you can really hide your, reactions from.
You figured me out.
I'd say, well, at least the version that you put on the internet, anyway.
Yeah, you cracked the code. Well, you nailed it. I got really fucking like, I contracted. I went inside my head. I was like, oh fuck, I fucked that up.
I thought you handled Dave well, though. That was a good interview. I mean, he was cool. He went along with it. And he didn't, normally he gets all gruff and he's like, I'm going to take my marbles and go home. Leave me alone. But you massaged him. It was good.
I can't believe how long he stayed. That's the first time I've ever interviewed him where I interviewed it ended. I will say this. So I feel Dave, like, I don't know how to explain it any different, but I really feel Dave. So like when he's in the room, like I feel him. It's nuts. In the first 45 minutes, I don't know if you noticed, there was something going on. And then it fucking went away. And then we were on a roll for like over an hour. It was nuts. But in the first 40 minutes, it wasn't bad, but it was clunky.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. If it was the room or if it was. Did you guys not talk at all before?
No, we did not talk at all. I mean, he just came over. I opened the door. I said, "Hey, come back," and he said he took a piss. We joked around because I yelled at him for leaving the toilet seat up, and then he came in and we got at it. We don't really talk. We don't really talk in person. Even like if I go to his house for dinner, me and him won't talk.
That's kind of wild.
It is wild. It's fun though. I like.
Does he talk to his family, or is he just like sit in silence?
No. I actually think he has a very because sometimes he's thought he's gotten off the phone with me, and I've stayed on, and I hit the mute button and listen, and he's very like loving and like he's a family man. He's like fucking like Leave It to Beaver. You know what I mean? Like I hear him. He has a voice.
Yeah.
He talks to his daughters all sweet and shit, and like. Yeah, I've only done that like probably 100 times, eavesdropped on him and his family. And I know it's yeah.
That's probably some kind of federal offense because of his line of work.
When we left, when the show was over and we were walking out, he went in and hung out with my kids for a few minutes. He knows my kids really like him. And then as I walked into his car, he was telling me all the parts of the show where he fucked me up. Like,
hey, why don't you ask him to teach your kids how to shoot?
Jocko, he was like telling me all the parts that he won. I was like, oh yeah, good. I'm glad you're leaving here victorious. It was good.
Hey, why don't you ask him to teach the boys how to shoot?
What's funny is when he went out into the kitchen, Avi said to him, "Hey, Dave, I want to shoot more," because he's shot with Dave a few times. And now he's 8. I don't know. That's probably my fault. Dave's so open to me just going to the ranch whenever I want. I should do that. I just need
How
to.
far is it? Couple
it's
hours?
Close. No. It's close. It's 11 miles. He lives 11 miles. He lives so close to me.
Oh, dude, come on.
I know. It's just my day's so full. Could you peel? Do you have a spot where you have 2 hours open free a week?
Or
3
tough.
hours? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very, very tough.
It would be about 3 hours once a week. I'd have to open. It'd have to be on Sunday. I don't know, Sundays.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you already obviously do a lot with the boys during the week and stuff like that, but no, it's cool. That's why you just drop them off at Uncle Dave's house. Tell them, take care. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
You come back and they'd have like 50-pound rucks on their back.
Yeah. And Dave, they because they sense how I respect Dave, they respect Dave so much. It's a trip.
That's cool, man. That's cool. All right, buddy. I'll let you go.
All right. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Bye. The man who's building a barn with his kids, Mr. Tom. There he is. Letting me know that he spotted my insecurity. That didn't that didn't help. TIL, Judith Love Cohen, who helped create the abort guidance system, which rescued the Apollo 13 astronauts, went to work on the day she was in labor. She took a printout of the problem she was working on to the hospital. She called her boss and said she finished the problem and gave birth to Jack Black. Let me read that one more time. Judith Love Cohen, Jew, right? I wonder what Till means. Judith Love Cohen. Her parents' middle name was Love. Fuck yeah, that's another great question. Sevan, would you put Dave's shopping cart away? You're fucking damn right I would. I like it when you guys fucking kind of. I've been checkmated a bunch in here. I'm still winning, but that's good. Judith Love Cohen, who helped create the abort guidance system, which rescued the Apollo 13 astronauts. So I guess the Apollo 13 astronauts were fucked up and lost in space. Went to work on the day she was in labor. She took a printout of the problem she was working on to the hospital. She called her boss and said she finished the problem and gave birth to Jack Black. I don't even know why I'm sharing that with you, but I just love that. There's like no pussy there. God, Souza, my shit's all fucked up. I don't know how to make it. Well, my camera's out of focus. That's my fault. My fucking Rodecaster. I'm afraid to even touch this thing. This is supposed to be the latest and greatest. It's supposed to be all fancy. It was supposed to fix some audio problems. Man. Dear God. Got a little echo. I like the idea of a woman or a man being so committed to their job. Well, my wife's a perfect example. She was assistant to Greg, I don't know for how many years. And when she was the day before she was in labor, the day she was in labor, the day she gave birth, the day after, every day she kept working for all the kids, all 3 kids. Well, she cheated on the last ones because she had 2 at the same time, but she never stopped. Never, ever stopped. Dealing with stuff for CrossFit Inc., Greg's travel, things that Greg needs. Yeah. You could even say she was his executive assistant. She was probably closer to, I think if there was one person who was closer to Greg or more aware of what's going on in Greg's life than me in a, I don't know, 10-year period, it might be my wife. Yeah, crazy, right? Imagine that. It was I'm telling you, it was a tight-knit family. Dave and Sevan are fire and ice. I'm closer to him, but they had a very intimate relationship where she knew things that I'm sure I didn't know. My wife is a very I don't know what the word is. I don't know what this word means really. Honorable, like crazy honorable person, like way more honorable than me. It probably disgusts her how much she's had to teach me. She has more honor than Dave, more integrity than Dave, significantly more. And Dave is like probably second place for the most integrity of any human being I've ever met. That was the thing, man. That's kind of the weird thing about being a peace-loving liberal. You trade it all for integrity because there's no honesty. Sucks. Oh, that page is gone. Not no honesty, but it's not a premium. It's not. It's kind. It's all about kindness. And there's a fallacy there. This is old. I'll share it with you. I'm very close with Greg. I'm like, you want to know how close I am with Greg? I'm like, I can call Greg and we just sit there on the phone and don't talk. Like that kind. You know, like you have friends like that. It's like we can talk for 5 minutes and then I can walk around with the earpiece in my head and like be doing stuff around the house and he's doing something and then he'll talk and then we'll talk for another 3 minutes and then we don't talk and then we talk again. You know what I mean? We're like that kind of friends. Or like if he's driving for like 3 hours, I'll just hang out with him, even though I'm not in the car. Okay, ready? And he's easy to be friends. He's so easy to be friends with like that. Especially now that I don't work for him. When I worked for him, it was kind of hard because I felt like I always had to be there for him.
The report is now here. It has dropped, and it might not have produced everything of what some Republicans hoped for. It is, regardless, devastating to the FBI, and to a degree, it does exonerate Donald Trump. Regardless, the report.
There you go. From your hack media news outlet, CNN. And now, as I said that, I was thinking now I kind of work for you guys because now I put that same pressure on me to like always be available for the show by choice. Though I like it. I mean, I love this. That's got to be a boomer thing. I hate being on the phone. Yeah, my wife hates being on the phone too. I don't hate it. I love being on the phone actually. Dave got you on the self-frame photo. I don't know about that. Oh, that the thing is that I knew he was gonna. I said, listen, I set that. I was the dictator of it. That was put there knowing he was gonna do that. By the way, I don't know if I can get you tickets to Greg's thing, but I can for sure get you in. Like I can give you the address and you can just come there. And if someone says to you, I probably shouldn't say this on the air, how to get in, but I don't know if it's 5D chess. I'm by no means more sophisticated than Dave. Dave is a fucking great analyst. I'm a fucking simpleton. Ken Walters, CNN knows they need to start swinging more right in order to stay in business. God, that would suck. Be a tool like that. God, that would suck. I haven't showed a Candace Owens clip in a long fucking time.
Diagnosed with vaginal stenosis, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically when scar tissue gets built up inside of the vaginal canal to the point where it's like extremely tight and uncomfortable. And the thing is, for the first year after getting bottom surgery, you have to dilate your vagina religiously because it's a brand new canal that needs to be kept open religiously for the first year. And now,
sorry, repeat. Jesus Christ. If you have a penis, don't have it turn into a vagina as the don't have it turn into a vagina because it's a lot of work. You got to constantly be dilating your vagina. That does not sound fun. My goodness. Yeah, you got a brand new canal. No one likes a brand new canal. The work of establishing a new canal.
Regret having gotten the vaccine. I really regret having gotten the vaccine. I'm sure it's fine, but I just wish when the state told me to do something, I'd be the sort of person who said no. But it turns out I'm the sort of person who says, fine. I don't understand what's going on. You're telling me it's important. Okay. And all they had to do was say, you won't be allowed to go into pubs for like a month. And I was like, put it in me. That's what I'm upset about, is that I had a principle temporarily. Like, oh, if I was in Nazi Germany, I would have stood up to the regime. I wouldn't stand up to not being able to go to a pub for a month.
So as funny as that is, there it is. And so to people like me, that's what I see going on. I actually think that every single day. I look around. I remember as a kid, I went to Germany and I stayed with a family. I stayed with a family, by a kid, I mean 20. I stayed with a family in Stuttgart. And I remember having a long, like 6-hour talk one night, late into the night, started at 9 and went to 3 in the morning, about what happened there. How the fuck could that happen, that you lived in a country where they rounded up people, put them in trains and burned them? And he explained it to me and I just couldn't get it. And when I look around us today, I get it. It's kind of weird. That was the question I want answered. Fuck, maybe I should have asked some other questions. What a now that I think about it, what a weird fucking thing. I wish I would have never known I don't want to know the answer to the question, but I just watched it happen. I just fucking watched it happen. We all just watched it happen. Some people don't even know, I guess, right? We just got the answer to what happened in Nazi Germany happened. We just saw it happen. And this guy, it's good comedy bit.
I would have been like, Anne Frank, she's in that attic there.
Yeah, for a beer, because he wanted to drink a beer. I wish it was fear, Jay. He wanted to drink a beer. Maybe it was fear of not getting a beer. He did it to drink a beer. He did it to drink a beer. It's nuts.
I saw her. It doesn't matter what the point of principle was. The point is I would have been a chill. And that I have to live with that for the rest of my 3 or 4 more years before I have a heart attack. I regret having gotten the...
Yeah, it's Bernie Gannon. 100 years from now, people will look back at trans media and abortion and wonder where were all the good people to stand against the barbarity. Part of me thinks that there's this other idea I've been having that I haven't shared because it's not fully formulated. But part of me thinks that there's something going on outside of the control of anyone. I'm starting to think like just all the chemicals that we're surrounded by and all the shitty eating that somehow we've retarded and our development, we've retarded our development, our biological development for so many of us. And because of that, that's also part of the reason that we're so susceptible, not only to the thought, but also I'll explain it like this. You can take a little boy and you can feed him so many fucking carbohydrates and so much sugar at a young age that his genitalia doesn't form correctly. Did you know that? You can go online and look at it. It's fucking crazy. You can make a child so fat and so obese that it fucking completely fucks all their hormones up by giving them so much sugar that they don't develop. And it's happening. It's happening all around us. And I just think that is playing a huge part into the susceptibility and the wave of this, all of this just fucking mass confusion. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but it goes along the line, the cousin to that would be that 70% of all of ADHD goes away when you stop feeding kids refined carbohydrates and added sugar. Well, yeah, and the free hormone blockers, that doesn't help. Yeah, that doesn't help. Judy Reed, Bernie Gannon, Jesus will have taken us home before then. I don't know. I think I am home. Oh, that one was titled "Get Your 49er Tickets." That's good. That was a good title, Sevi. Good job. Proud of you. Good job. Okay. Oh, I already showed you guys this one. I think I'm done. I'm going to have a show tonight. I get to play with the kids all day. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. I love stories like this. Okay, here we go. Alex Stein mentioned this. What would you do? Okay, so here we go. I'll show you the video first. Alex Stein brought this up.
Come on, man. Burning your car down, bro. Fuck your car, man.
This is a guy who's pouring gasoline on a car and there was a guy in it.
Over. All of this. Yeah. Uh-huh. Why you want to do it? Come on, man.
And it's an Indian guy. He's like, why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? And now he's chasing the guy with the can of gasoline. Old guy getting into his truck. License plate L7 Ranch. Look at that dude's already got a gun in his hand. So that guy saw those kids and already had pulled the gun out in his hand. Saw those young men.
It better be water, partner, or you're one dead son of a...
Listen, this is going to be very unpopular. My wife is going to hate this. If I walk up to my car and I have my boys with me and someone pours gasoline on the car or one of my kids is in the car, what if there was kids in that car when you poured gasoline on the car? You got to shoot them dead. No questions asked. You have to shoot them dead. You have to shoot. You can't pour gasoline on someone's car and not expect to get shot dead. Not to protect the car. Who gives a fuck about the car? It's just like if someone got in their car and put it in drive and tried to fucking hit you with it, you just have to shoot them dead. You can't pour gasoline on someone's car when they're with their kids and not expect to get shot dead. Right? I mean, I would feel like my kids' lives were immediately in danger. How would I grab all three of my boys and make sure they ran away from the car? What if my boys ran to the car for safety? They think that car is their safety. God, I wish this were true. I don't know if this is true. If you approach anyone's car in America today, expect to be shot and expect for it to be the ruled self-defense. I hope you're right. It is, my only reality is my kids are always with me. Hey, I'm not sure what you mean by this. Roxanne is wonderful. Why on earth would people pour gasoline in a car? It's supposed to be a joke. I don't understand. But I wouldn't know it was a joke, right? If I saw a dude walk up, pour gasoline on my car, and he said to the guy, "Hey, it's over," like I'm gonna burn your car. Clock. SDF must live somewhere sane. Yeah, I don't think in California. I think it would be weird. But dude, I don't even like. I don't I don't see any excuse. You can't do that. You can't.
You stay out of this. Yeah, I don't think you want to do that. I don't want to do that. You almost died, you stupid son of a bitch. Come on, man. Burning your car down, bro. Fuck your car, man.
And then they yell back at him, "Fuck you, pussy." I'm not even talking about what you, Sean. I'm not even talking about like what if you pour water on someone's car, expect to get fucked up. I'm not even talking about that. I'm like, you walk up to someone with a gas can and say, "Hey, it's over." I just you just gun them down. You don't have time to for that to be you don't have time to make a poor judgment call. I would just feel like, holy fuck, my kids could be hurt. My kids could die. Oh, okay. You're just trying to understand, right? Okay, sorry. Yeah, dude, that's the thing right there, right? I'm not even hating on those guys for doing it. You're trying to understand it. It's just boys. It's just boys being boys. Those boys should be out doing something else, but they're not. And they were given a cell phone at a young age, and they're trying to get fucking attention, and they don't look like Danny Spiegel, so they can't grab their ankles and take a picture of their camel toe. So instead, they have to do this. I get the mechanism of how we ended up here. I get the steps of how we ended up here. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. So happy where I live. I'm just going to show you this just so we can get it over with. Jay-Z just bought a house, most expensive house in the United States. I think we talked about it briefly. It is a $200 million home in Malibu. It's 40,000 square feet. It's on 8 acres. They bought it from William Bell Jr. I'm guessing that's from the phone, the Bell family that invented the phone. The honor, it's not the most expensive home. Oh, the honor, let's see. The price makes it the most expensive home ever to sell in California, but not the most in the United States. Someone bought a 4-story condo for $238 million in New York in 2019. I guess the home features Bell's private art collection. I don't know if that stays with the house. The house is built completely out of concrete, which doesn't excite me so much. For those of you who don't know, Malibu is extremely susceptible to massive earthquakes and massive fires, but I'm sure they'll put in some sort of sprinkler system to stop that. What the fuck is his hair doing? Anyway, these two, Beyonce and Jay-Z, moved in there. 40,000 square feet. In 2017, they bought a Bel Air mansion for $88 million and invested millions more into the home for it to be worth close to $100 million today. I mean, oh yeah, wow, look at that place. Malibu is something else. So they're all set up. They got a spot. Yeah, it kind of is. Stroking my beaver, grab your ankles and take a picture of your camel toe is the new Sevan Podcast slogan. That was a hypothetical. Concrete home will do very well in a wildfire. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks to Alex Stein. Let me know if you want to play tennis today with me and the boys. We're going to play tennis. Actually, I'm going to take them to the skate park first. I don't know what happened. It's so interesting. They kind of like, I mean, they're not anti-skating, but all of a sudden this week, they're like, every time I take them to the skate park, they go, we just want to play tennis. I'm like, let's just skate for an hour. You're welcome. Wad Zombie, paying $200 million for a house just to have Hunter McIntyre running around your neighborhood in a unicorn hat. Yeah, to be honest with you, I bet you Hunter's where he stays in Malibu. I bet Malibu's tiny, so I bet you it's close to there. What was up with my shirt last night? What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, the show's fucking exploding right now. It's funny what happens during semifinals. The numbers get crazy. During games, too. I wish I could get some sort of like crazy sponsor. It'd be like, okay, we're going to sponsor you for the games because the views are going to be nuts. Let me see. See how the Dave show's doing. Do you think this show's been flagged already? Let me see if this show's been flagged already. Oh, yeah, I already said it had been. Yeah, flagged. The show with Dave was flagged. Every show gets flagged. Yeah, almost 9,000 views from last night's show with Dave. Just on YouTube. That's pretty good. Not a strike, just like a hey, what the fuck's going on here? Like they limit your monetization, and then you have to require submit a request, and then 9 out of 10 times the request is they give it to me. They'll be like, oh yeah, shit, sorry. But what sucks is I don't get ad revenue for most of my views because every show gets flagged so early, and then by the time it gets unflagged, that takes 7 days. All the people have stopped watching it, right? So that sucks, but whatever. The sponsors are good to me. California Hormones, Paper Street Coffee, BirthFit. We got to get these guys on board. The toe spacer people. I'm telling you, I'm going to take them off now. And my toes are going to be a little wider apart. It's kind of cool. I don't give two shits about CrossFit competition. That's my favorite fucking thank you. Someone the other day is like, I don't know how you give a fuck. The thing is this, since I do the shows, I make it so that I give a fuck. I kind of bend the reality of it to like so that I can enjoy it. I focus on the things that I want to enjoy, that I enjoy. And then I kind of get sucked in because I get so much good information from Brian and John and Mike and Brian and whoever, and from you guys in the chat that I kind of get sucked into that side too. So you guys like sort of bring my appreciation back up for things that I normally wouldn't appreciate. But I still love this comment. I don't give two shits about it. Someone in the comments early in the show is like, can you believe someone's doing a show like this when tomorrow's like one of the biggest days in CrossFit competition? It's like, you must not be a fucking viewer of this show. Don't get it twisted. I'm only doing the CrossFit shows for the views. And to hang out with you guys and to hang out with the guys who do the shows. And it's because all I know. But like I really had fun interviewing the fighter girl with the giant hammers. I had fun interviewing the UFO guy. What happened with him, Kenneth? Anyone check on the UFO guy lately? He seemed close to the ledge. Hope he's doing okay. What happened? Oh, when he was on the show, he was close to the ledge. Dude, you read his book. There was years ago, he was really fucked up. Now he's doing better. Yeah, Ty was great, wasn't she? She's cool as shit. Nice shirt, Tyler. Thank you. Yeah, she's crazy hot. Okay. I'll talk to you guys soon. And bye-bye.